And welcome to Shadow the Broker. This is going to be 26, session 2 tonight or today. Actually, I'm not playing. I'm not doing one of these in the middle of the night for some reason. We have Riz, Leslie. Well, actually, Leslie was in the first session. He's come by to watch this one, I suppose. James, Jack, Kale, and Ben. Brandon's also here from session number 1 to kind of watch what's going on. So go ahead. We'll start with Riz. Introduce your character while I do background things.
Okay, I will be playing Kivera. He is a 14-year-old Segruta thief, and recently he has just been striving to find whatever information he can about his brother, who was taken by bounty hunters, in an effort to get him back.
All right, now let's hear about who are you playing, James?
So I'll be playing Zevo the Hutt, who's a young Hutt who's been exiled from Hutt society after he was framed for killing a rival young Hutt. He didn't do it. But someone wanted to make it look like he did for whatever reason, and he's just kind of come on to potentially the first piece of information in one of the other missions, but doesn't really know what the information is quite yet. He's a typical kind of Hut criminal organized crime kind of guy, and he is hopefully going to be able to track down some more info about his background soon.
All right, sounds good. Next to me, I see Jack. Jack, let's hear about the Mr. Balkan.
Well, I'm Jack, controlling the great mind and a tiny body, Balkan Oppen, who is currently working to expand his own knowledge as well as all fields of science in his quest across the galaxy that involves messing with a lot of weird stuff that I'm sure his fellow comrades can attest to, and now he's decided to finally just tag along on a job, hopefully to get to more money that he can use to pay for his misadventures.
All right, and last but not least, let's hear from Ben.
Not last. But
did I skip somebody?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Who did I skip?
Yeah, I'm playing Nog. He's sort of a socially stunted slush engineer who used to work he was forced to work for a Hutt, who in a current play-by-post session he's now confronting because the Hutt put a bounty on his head and sort of exiled him, and he wasn't very happy about that. So we'll see how his encounter with his old quote employer unquote turns out. He's usually pretty mischievous and tries to find creative solutions to problems, even if it means crashing his ship into a building or something like that. So yeah.
He's definitely had some wacky adventures. All right, and finally, last, this time for real, let's hear from you, Kale.
Okay, I'm playing Erdogan Sale. He's a force-sensitive archaeologist and one-time smuggler of artifacts to keep them out of the hands of Imperial censors. He works for the Rebellion and the Broker, trying to keep history where it belongs, keep it alive, and accessible to everyone in the galaxy. He's been somewhat more somber since he lost his hand and had it reattached by magic and science. Yeah, I'm good. That's it. I don't have anything else.
All right, sounds good. All right, well, as you all are cruising through the galaxy, as we tend to do, Erdo actually received a message from his old mentor, Lorky-to-to, who you guys had rescued from slavers in Hunting for Answers Part 2. After getting the information to find him in Hunting for Answers Part 1, he returned to the moon of Lowa because he felt kind of like almost called back, like. But he said in the message he sent to you, he said essentially I've come back to the moon of Lowa. I think I might need assistance, and since you're the only folks I really trust, would you mind helping? He doesn't say much else other than that.
Well, Erdo would definitely let the rest of the crew know and try and round up a posse, as it were.
Well, it sounds like he means helping for free, and I don't know. I'm not quite on Hawk levels here of greediness, but it seems like a bit of a stretch.
I don't know, I think he just needs to stop getting himself into all this sort of trouble.
That's true.
I'm split on that. Maybe we can just
I don't know, kidnap him, hold him for ransom. Maybe
Maybe
he'll
we can
learn.
get charge him a retainer fee for these rescues.
We should. We need to get a good lawyer.
That's funny for reasons I'm not going to say now. I'll save it for the end of
Zebo
the
could be
mission.
a bad lawyer, I bet.
Can you get a message back to him? Can you ask what the pay is?
I'm not sending him a message back to ask what the pay is.
All right.
It's just a fellow agent of the broker asking for help. I know some of you. I think everyone here is actually an agent of the broker.
I mean, I'm down to help him. I'm just saying.
I guess we could always ring the broker for a few credits when we finally get back up with him.
Well, Erdogan could share about how there might be ancient artifacts maybe worth a penny or two. Not that he'd want to sell them, but...
Erdogan's never been to Lowa.
Yes, but you did find out that there may have been a Sith hideout or some kind of something on this planet.
That's true. There were some Jedi during the Clone Wars who fought a possible ancient Sith Lord. I'm pretty fuzzy on the details on this moon. According to Colonel Campbell, who I think is a very trustworthy source.
Oh wait, is that place? Is that the place where we broke into the prison?
Yes, that is correct.
I thought we gave that place to the
We left
rebels.
those tanks there. We need to go back.
No, it's not Korea.
I'm going to the cockpit. We're going there right now.
Not Korea. It's Lowa.
Oh.
The other spot. That was grinding gears. This is Honey for Answers. They will connect later on, just not now.
Oh, now I'm significantly less excited now.
Yes, but it was. Yes, you guys had left it in the hands of the rebels. But let's see what happens when you get there, right?
Oh, those fuckers probably mucked it up like they usually do.
Well, hey, I'm all for helping the Rebel Alliance, but if we do help them, there is admittedly an extremely small possibility that they will have funds to pay you as well.
Admittedly small indeed. All right, well, we'll go on the assumption that at least everyone will at least go out of curiosity's sake.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Guess if they're taking the ship, I have to go.
Yeah, one of those things. Everyone else is like, yeah, sure, let's help them out. I haven't forgotten, but actually, I had forgotten, but thanks for reminding me, Zeev. But we'll do it those once we get to the actual landing on planet. Yeah, that was my plan from the get-go. See, recovery.
Yeah, I believe you.
All right, for the folks watching home, we already rolled for morality, or not morality. That thing you do with the destiny points, we did that already. As you can see, as I'm scrolling up and down my list here. See? All right, good. Where were we? Back to important things. Yes, actually, as you're going into the moon of Lowa, you actually realize that it looks like an Imperial force came back later and basically scorched Earth, the prison and the mining facilities. Even from space, the scans show that there's little more than rubble left. And as you come in for a landing, like I said, you see the prison is little more than rubble and debris just kind of scattered everywhere, as well as the old mining camp is pretty much nothing but char left.
Aw, I kind of like that doctor that we met. But he's probably dead now.
That's a possibility. Yeah, but there you go. You like I said, landing is not a problem. You don't detect any other ships or anything in the area. Not even one for Lorky-to-to to have landed on. All right, and now that we've landed, we can hurry up and do our quick morality roll here. All right. Where's the dossier here? It does indeed suck. Okay. Obligation to duty. If you roll over 68, we don't have to worry about it. Why don't you go ahead and roll it, Riz, since you're the closest to me here. Then we'll have Zevo do duty. 71. Yeah, you missed.
Hooray!
And you can roll a morality, Erdo, since that's your gig. You're at what, 95? Math.
It's closer to the balance point than it is to him.
Yeah, no trigger.
Maths, gotcha. Okay.
So no trigger on anything.
Actually, for funsies, yours curiosity and obsession. Yours still triggers, Erdo, for GM on GM Fiat. You have to add 20 to the roll. Yeah, that's it. Because it's going to apply to this mission, and I want it to trigger, so it does.
Okay.
I probably should just forego the roll altogether, but there you go. Okay. Okay, yeah, you guys have landed. There's the entrance to the mines isn't too far away. Do you guys as you guys approach it, you see it's a small makeshift kind of survival tent is popped up with a hollow transmitter sitting next to it. Um, Inside the tent, there's, like I said, just one kind of an unkempt bedroll sitting there. Looks like it's been there for, oh, let's say, someone make a quick, I'll say just an average perception roll. Whoever rolls first wins. All right. You think about a week, maybe?
Can Nog check the transmitter to see when it was last used or anything like that?
Certainly. Go ahead and make a, we'll say just a computer check, simple. It's not even locked.
Oh, simple. Okay.
All right, hey. You know what? Actually, it yeah, it was used about a week ago, and there's actually you even find a small memo. Apparently, in another week, it's been rigged to send out another message saying, "I've gone in to explore the mines." Basically, I went in to explore the mines. I just couldn't resist looking any longer, and it was gonna send it to Erdogan again in about another week.
In another
a
week.
fail-safe, yeah.
That's odd. Usually, when you set up one of those, it's the "I'm probably dead now" message.
I would think that he would at least have it say, "I've been gone for a week if you're receiving this message." But
Maybe
he's a very optimistic person.
He is very optimistic.
It's actually a little surprising that he would take the time to cover his bases like this.
Yes, as I'm sure anyone who's dealt with him in the other missions can realize. Optimistic to a fault.
All right, so he's probably dead. So take the ship. Probably fetches a good penny. Could serve
actually, like I said, they doesn't look like there's a ship here. He must have been dropped off by someone.
Oh. So take whatever the hell this thing is and sell it?
Yes, it is a functional hollow net transmitter. I believe it's in the what book is the Explorer book? I think it's in there.
Far Horizons or Enter the Unknown.
Enter the Unknown. That's the Explorer book, right? It lets you access a hollow net if it's close by and you're on a planet. I don't remember the specifics, but there you go. Okay. Like I said, whoever has the whoever has the highest perception and/or vigilance, or even survival, you can go ahead and make an average check to see if you notice Lorky-to-to's tracks heading into the mine, and you do, certainly do. Yeah. Like I said, they're a little old, but they lead into the mine.
All right, I say we follow him.
That kind of erases a lot of suspicion.
Yep.
I guess you really did go in there.
Right. We'll lead you down to this area.
When we find this guy, we need to have a very long chat with him about these kinds of places.
Operational safety and all that, right?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. You guys actually have a pretty good duty or destiny. Yeah. Start there. All right. Well, you find yourself in the kind of the main. Since you found the tracks, you can actually. It looks like he may have been deliberately leaving very clear tracks as well, and you can actually follow them through the mines. There's even little markings that take you to the thistle area you have here. So you can see the. You're in a kind of a big. It looks like it was a natural cavern, but it definitely looks like it's been touched up by. It's been touched up and worked on. Some of the stone has been smoothed out, and it looks like this may have been done years and years ago. Years and years being anywhere from 100 to 1,000, depending upon how you roll the dice.
Okay, can Erdo roll the dice to try and figure out if it's 100 or 1,000?
Certainly can. I'll say it'll actually be a lore hard. Upgrade it once because I gotta get. Oh, never mind. I'll take it back. It's mine now. All right. Yeah, it looks like actually. Do you notice a few inscriptions that look like they may have been from the Old Republic era? Actually. Man, it is.
Like old Republic?
Like the old Republic. Yes, not the recently fallen Republic. Old
Okay.
Republic.
So Erdo will mention the inscriptions to others. Do they say anything in particular?
Let's see. With the one advantage, most of them are pretty kind of just worn and whatnot. Uno momento. I'll be right back. I have to do something. As well, you just find one thing. It's just kind of a simple, and you think it means einsam or einsam. How do I pronounce that again? I'll write it out. It's a German word. All right, but I will be right back. Quickly metagame between yourselves.
So he asked us for help. I don't know. So he asked us for help, and then he left without us. This is kind of weird, but then again, I'm not really very surprised.
Lorky probably wanted someone to explore with him, and got impatient. He probably needs to ride back as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Apparently, einsam means lonely.
And none of us would know that, because we don't know German, because German doesn't exist.
It's a great pun, though. Because we'd say lonesome, that's onesome. It's onesome.
All right, I'm back. Apologize for that. Okay.
We voted you off the island in the meantime.
You did what?
We voted you off the island.
Oh, well. All right, guys. Have fun. Brandon, you can GM. Okay. Oh, man. Where were we? Okay, you want to hear anything? I don't know if you hear anything, Key. Go ahead and make a hard perception. Upgrade it once. Whew. Words today. Oh, yes, you do hear some skittering, even maybe some wing flaps coming from this direction.
Okay, also, where did we start out? I missed it.
You're in the south right here. In fact,
okay.
let me this will represent your group, this small token here.
And what's the kind of range up to the room you indicated over there?
It'd be long.
Okay.
I see. Key's gonna point out what he heard, but that he doesn't know if it's anything dangerous, and it's pretty natural to hear things like that in a cave.
All right, there we go.
Yeah, well, it's still a cave, so, keep weapons out, just in case.
Sounds like a good plan to me.
He's gonna flip down his goggles onto his head because he thinks it looks cool, but also because he wants to see in the dark.
Yeah, so who has brought a light device with them? Who can see the dark, essentially?
I have a glow rod with me.
Zevo has a scanner or something like that.
All right, we'll assume everyone can negate the darkness penalties unless something horrible happens. Gotcha. All right. Like I said, you also, as you guys get in here, I almost forgot to play this. Let me know if this is too loud. That shouldn't be too loud at all. There's like you feel and kind of hear a slight wind going through the cave, as if it's getting air from somewhere other than where you guys just came from. Must be an opening to the outside somewhere. But there you go. Like I said, the tracks kind of we'll say they stop right where you see the track stopping on the screen there.
It looks like he was heading towards that cave over in the top right.
And then he became a phantom.
Yeah, they stopped.
Yes, he then learned how to levitate.
Is there like a hole in the ceiling anywhere?
No holes in the ceiling. But if you want to look for
what if? Oh,
sorry, what were you saying?
I was gonna say, what if something flying picked him up?
Why don't you roll for survival, see if you can find anything. Tracky or whatnot.
Roll what survival?
I'm sorry, a hard survival.
Any upgrades?
No upgrades. I don't have enough dark side. All right, yes. Right around where the footprints stop, you actually notice tracks that are about the same age as Lorky-to-to's, and it looks like they're they come from over here, and it looks like you actually even notice there's almost like an imprint, like Lorky-to-to fell down right here and then was picked up. The foot is definitely the other track, definitely a little bit of a heavier kind of thing, and it's actually like almost a like a chicken foot almost, but not exactly. It has the 3 prongs and then one in the back that comes into like a normal heel.
So you didn't mention anyone else being here, right?
Especially not giant chickens.
Can there be a xenology roll to identify the footprint, the creature who would make a footprint like that?
Certainly. Hi, Mom.
Or possibly mechanics.
Apparently his mother abducted him.
Yeah, mechanics for a droid maybe, but...
Well, a xenology check would then rule out any living creature, and we can do a mechanics roll.
Yeah.
Right. Just from the description of the track, I thought it might be a droid as well. I also thought it might.
I'm so curious with that. Probably just the pit right there, I'm thinking.
Of course, those bastards cut the feed when it gets to something nice.
Have you guys all seen the new trailer?
Yeah.
Yep.
Chewie ages so gracefully, I'm so jealous.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, it's the equivalent of like instead of 30 years, like 6 or something for him.
Hey guys, the wife needs me. I'm actually going to cut the recording here. I will goodbye, guys, and we'll come right back. All right, welcome back. We restarted the recording. I forgot to do it. We missed about 5 minutes worth. The crew identified the footprints that weren't Loki-to-to's as belonging to an old droid that may have been in the service of a Hutt way back when. And then they've explored further into the cave and found a small, kind of like a small room dug into the side of the rock that looks like it's been slightly more furnished than the rest, as you can tell looking at it here. And they're looking at, there are two smaller boxes, one here, and then a large kind of box with a keypad and like a almost like a door on the front. One second, let me call the wife back as well while you guys decide what to do.
So we have to go through a door? Or was the door on the other side?
Maybe, are there any, like, windows into the crate, or just a door?
Maybe a pod for a mining droid. Maybe. I'm assuming anyway, but if they cleared everything else out, I don't see why they wouldn't clear this stuff out too.
Is there anything in the small crates?
So the large crate is currently empty, or just we can't get into it? Oh, well, now you're just begging me to open the crate.
Yeah, Erdo's going to open up the small crates first and see what's inside.
I'm going straight for the big one.
Ooh. Ainsley, don't chew on the mantle.
I wonder if the big crate is just a crate, or is it like wired to anything? Or was it once wired to anything? Who knows?
How about this? If you're paying close attention, you actually there are a few wires that go from the back of it into the light in the ceiling. That's emanating a little bit of light that is in here.
That definitely points to it perhaps being a mining droid charging chamber. There's probably some kind of portable generator in the ceiling area here. Or it was connected to the base, but since the base isn't here anymore, I guess it would have to be portable.
Is this something that would attack us?
If it's a mining droid, probably not. I mean, unless this was a slave labor mine, then maybe they'd have a security droid.
The previous droid, well, the tracks indicate that that droid was heavily modified. This one might be as well.
All right. So what y'all planning? You gonna open it up?
Still want to open that crate?
Yeah.
I have not heard enough to dissuade Balkan.
All right. Oh, just a hard computers check. You rolled, yeah. Okay, you passed the roll, I assume. Sorry, I stepped away from the computer.
Yep.
All right,
Yeah.
let me guess, probably at least 4 successes and an advantage.
Yeah, there were 4 successes and an advantage.
Yeah, I took a quick peek as I said I wasn't at the computer. No, yeah, okay, yeah, actually, you get into it without a problem. And I assume you want to open it as well after you unlock it?
Well, does the crate know what's inside of it?
There's nothing on the outside that looks that obvious. It definitely looks like it's beat up and has been moved around a lot. How about that? But yeah, you see, as it opens up, you see it actually looks like a kind of a portable. You see some a a mass spectrometer in kind of the back corner as it opens up, some other little kind of laboratory things, and a little bit of ore sitting on over on one of the labs. So it's like it looks to be a mineral, a portable mineral. What's the word I can't think of right now?
Prospector?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it's for the analysis of minerals and ores that they find down here. And there is a computer also next to the mass spectrometer, and a data pad, still sitting there. Oh goodness.
Ooh, well, let's see what's on these little thingies.
Okay. So which one do you want to mess with first? The
data pad.
data pad. All right, just it's actually been left on and unlocked actually, and it just kind of talks about how they've been investigating the minerals in the area. There may actually be some rarer materials in this area, and then there's an entry about they found an elevator in the back of this little cave system here. They haven't quite figured out how to open it up yet, but it's on their docket to investigate.
Oh, yes, because when you see something old and mysterious, your first idea is to, let's crack this sucker open.
Yes.
Isn't that why we're here?
Isn't that your first idea?
This box wasn't nearly that old.
No, never mind.
I get the point, though. All right.
Hey, and we're heavily armed. These guys probably weren't.
I've been on many research teams that not heavily armed is not usually how archaeological teams operate.
Well, then they're fools.
Well, uno momento. I need to grab something. But actually, before I do that, if you want to mess around with the computer, that one's actually going to be a daunting. And I don't have any light side to pump it up, so it's just daunting.
Wahaha, our plan works. Is it just to, like, crack it open? Would you count that as slicing, basically, is what I'm asking?
This is slicing, yes.
Okay, just
You
one.
can use your cool data right there if you have it.
Oh, just a sec. Can I use valuable facts to try and, I don't know, do something or say something about mining companies? It lets me take an action to take a average knowledge check to grant someone a triumph on a roll.
Sure, if you want to do that now, you certainly could.
Okay, I'm going to do it. Okay. What do I know about mining companies that might help Balkan with this computer?
You know that this particular kind of lab is normally brought in whenever there's a particularly valuable mineral they want to investigate without alerting anyone else to the claim, and that it typically this computer right here would store all the more pertinent notes about the ore they've been investigating.
Okay, Roberto will pass that along to Balkan, and you've got a triumph symbol on your roll.
Okay. Well, that's it. Now I'll be right back. Well. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. That should hopefully be the last interruption. Okay. Yeah, of course I am. Did everyone disappear?
Maybe.
American.
All gone.
Ready to go.
Is the recording still going?
Yes, we are recording.
I feel sorry for anyone who has to listen to this unedited.
Which will be probably poor Tommy.
Thanks, Tommy.
I need to get some good video editing software. But on that, let's do your daunting roll for the computers.
I already did it.
Yep.
Oh, you did? Oh, jeez.
And he got a fake
It's
triumph.
below air dose.
Well,
Okay,
a real
yeah.
triumph, just an
Actually,
artificial triumph.
It looks like they found something called frick ore down here, which is has incredible energy dampening powers. They've been kind of messing with it a little bit. Apparently, it takes a few more metals to alloy into it to make it really worth putting into armor and whatnot. It's probably pretty expensive, probably comparable to a Cortesis cost. Yeah, that's what they found down here in this area.
How sad. Do you think the Empire would find that worthy enough to not bomb this place into oblivion?
Anything in the small crates?
Yeah, the small crates are locked as well. You can't see an obvious locking mechanism on them. They might just be kind of nailed. There's a small keypad on those as well, but you could probably force them if you wanted to. How about that? Man, I need a drink.
Would Zivo be able to make like a negotiation check to try to figure out the value of the ore?
Oh, certainly. It's actually rather it is rare ore, so we'll say a daunting negotiations. Hey, I'm getting some back. All right, depending upon the just the amount of ore that was here. Indeed, it could be anywhere from probably 10,000 credits to a lot more. I haven't actually. Let's see. We'll to anywhere to 260,000.
Got it.
It really more depends upon how large the the mine is. How much frick ore there is down here.
Yep.
But it could be worth a lot of money.
Zivo will take notes on that to make sure to have a good reading on our location as well.
All right, sounds good. Okay, for the other two boxes, what do you guys want to do with those?
Would a computer's check be able to hack into them?
Yeah, I'll say an average computer's check. Or if you want to rip them open, you can do that as well. That's what someone else did in the other adventure. It may have run out of big rock.
Here, we'll try a average computer's check. Okay.
All right, actually, it looks like this one is just the actual mechanism has been just kind of died out. Probably not too long ago. But it looks like it's actually the bond keeping the lid on is a little weakened, so it wouldn't think it'd be that hard to kind of just pry it off, especially if you had some kind of pry bar on you.
Nope, no pry bar.
All right, well, then it'd be a hard athletics check if you want to try and snap it off. Anybody?
Why don't we just cut into it?
Yeah, you have a fusion cutter, right?
I have a toolkit which comes with one.
Nog has one. Nog has a fusion cutter.
All right. Okay, well, I'm gonna have the. You just can't quite get it, but you actually realize before people start coming with the fusion cutter, you actually realize there's a small inscription that reads mining explosives on it.
Okay.
So before they start cutting at it with the fusion cutter.
Zivo will try to open the top physically before we go after it with a fusion cutter.
No, we are not going after this with a fusion cutter.
There you go. Yeah, it looks like Erdo got it all nice and kind of situated for you, and he pulled it right off. I take that one thread as a strain, by the way, Erd.
No problem.
The Erdsmeister. All right, yeah, you guys find 3 blocks of Titanite. So there you go. 3 detonite blocks. It'll be the same chick up in the other crate, by the way. Alright, you rip off the other one, I see. And yeah, you actually find there are 2 G9 GP pulse drills. They are technically a melee weapon, damage 5, engaged range, obviously. Encumbrance of 5.
Very ineffective melee weapons.
Well, they're not made for, meleeing.
Do they have breach?
I think
They do have breach 1.
and
Okay.
burn, don't they?
Yep. Breach, no, breach 1, cumbersome 3, inaccurate 1.
Uh,
I think the other mining equipment, has the burn.
Well, maybe we can put these on the ship on the way out. Or maybe we're selling to some poor miners somewhere, but otherwise
Oh,
ineffective.
we could take them to the Wayrite.
Oh yeah.
They could probably use them.
Doc is gonna just guilt us into giving them away for free, though.
By the way, those detonite charges are 2 encumbrance per, in case it matters.
Nog will take those for the moment, I guess. Or he'll take 1 at least.
yeah, Revo can grab another one.
Alright, sounds good. Alright. Yeah, other than the empty crate with the Imperials on it, looks like you guys have kind of cleared this area out.
Is it truly empty?
If you want, if you want to make a daunting perception roll to see if there's anything left in there, I'll let you. If you succeed, maybe you do find something. No, you don't. You don't find anything. No, it was only Erdo because he asked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But no, there was really nothing in there. Although you do notice there is a small little inscription, like a kind of indentation on the box that says Imperial Investigation Team.
Oh.
That's not.
Alright, should we move up then?
Yeah, but keep following Lorky, I guess.
Okay. Well, I'll take you back up to here, and let me reveal more of the fog of war. That's about what you can see. The footprints are heading toward the northwest, by the way. But you do. There's to the. Where are my notes? You do hear kind of like a sound of something kind of knocking together to the north, like maybe a slight, almost slight sound.
So,
Hi, baby.
so we see the footprints heading off in this direction,
Yes.
but we hear something coming off in this direction.
Yes.
Okay. I want to kind of take a quick detour into this tunnel and look down it, see if I can see anything worth noting.
Yeah, Key would volunteer to scout ahead if you guys want.
Okay. The part of Key will be played by the Orc Assassin token.
I mean, if you guys want, speak now or forever hold your peace thing.
Oh, go ahead.
I wasn't going to break that far from the group. I just wanted to look down the tunnel.
Well, let me save it. Boom. There you go. You can even move him around now. There you go. All right. It's actually probably a medium from the group to go check out this direction. Is where you want to go, right? This way.
Yeah, sure.
And you find there's actually
So if Balkan wants to peek down another tunnel in the meantime.
there's another two, another branch with two.
Okay, and can I see which way the footprints are going?
Yes, actually, if you're gonna move all the way up, I might as well. Well, actually, the ground hardens up really. It starts to get a lot harder in this direction. So to find the footprints, it's going to be a what's the thing? A daunting survival. Sorry. I'm
Okay.
having trouble remembering the names of difficulties today.
Woo!
All right. Yeah, you know, you find it to the north, and actually, as you're investigating, you hear weird noises coming from this tunnel. Like you get a bad feeling about it. 5 threat. Whew. You are my threat roller today, Key. Thank you. I'm holding on to those threat for something.
That's fair.
But okay.
No, what's fun? Yeah, all but one of those purple dice rolled double threat.
It happens. But yeah, it's definitely heading towards the north over here.
Okay. So with that knowledge, we'll probably head back.
Whoop. Okay. The rest of the party, while he was doing that, did you want to look into the north cavern and see if you saw anything?
I think Zivo might just poke his head around this little bend here just to see what can be seen, since it's not very far.
All right. If you poke around, you'll actually see 3 stormtroopers laying prostrated on the ground over there.
Dead?
As far as you can tell, they're not moving. How about that?
Can I perceive of them if there's any visible wounds or anything?
Yeah, you can see there's like a lot of holes. Like not like blaster scoring, but these guys actually have holes on them.
Okay, that's ominous.
I guess if he tells us that, I'd go. Erdo would want to go investigate. Are there scorch marks around the holes?
No. Alright, well. Erdo, like I said, you see the 3 stormtroopers sitting here. It looks like all of their gear, like their grenade belts and their weapons are missing. And as you get closer, you're actually... Well, how about this? They don't smell. Like, you don't smell rot or death or anything on them.
Are there still people in the suits?
Actually, it looks like if you actually peek in, you actually notice the only thing left in is like a bleached, not a bleached, but a dirty skeleton. And
Okay.
you do notice, you know, I won't make you roll. You do notice really little kind of bite marks on some of the bone.
Okay. Gross. Something's been eating a stormtrooper. Crunchy on the outside, chewy on the inside.
That was unnecessarily disgusting.
Right. All right. All right. Let's see. Anything else you want to do with the bodies? Investigate. Take one with you. Name him Bob.
I actually want to name one of them Frank.
Frank. All right. Really? Why?
I
Frank?
can hang him up. I can attach the bone set together with wire and sell him to an inner city school.
Always the enterprising one.
For some odd reason, today I am. I'm apparently very cash strapped. Ugh, tongue all over the place.
That stroke again.
Yeah. Still, trivia was so long, and I won that last one, but yeah, it's just, it hasn't repaired the damage already done. Alright, so while everyone else has been peeking, I still want to take a look down that tunnel that leads back down south.
Yeah, that was where we saw the stormtroopers.
Oh, I thought that was the north tunnel.
Oh, it appears that it was. Okay, yeah, I meant to look south, but we've discovered the stormtroopers.
Okay, so Balkan looks south.
Oh, I think I got another call.
Uh, actually, the south tunnel. You notice.
Well, that's disappointing, but glad we didn't waste much time there.
Okay, sorry. Can you? Sorry, I got. You do notice this particular wall of the cavern. It it looks like the frick ore they had in there. Like this might be some right here. Sorry.
Is it still on the walls, or is it just laying on the floor?
No, you can actually see the vein of ore.
Hmm. Well, we're not miners, but this is something worth noting.
I'll spend some time getting it out once we find what we came here for, and we know that we're not going to get eaten too, because that would be bad.
For some odd reason, Balkan feels inclined to slap Key outside the head next time he sees him. Alright, so now we have the true north tunnel, and then we have the tunnel that seems to go back down south. Shall we split the party, or?
I think we should figure out which way Lorky went.
Well, the tracks were leading on the northern north tunnel.
Yeah, we know he went up there. The one that heads back south again is a bad tunnel.
Bad tunnel?
It's a bad one.
You heard,
Like
you heard little squiggly noises and stuff.
I got a bad feeling.
But Zibo would point out that if we were to continue to that north, we would leave an unknown threat kind of between us and way out.
Cutting off our escape, and if we had to make one in a hurry. So
Right,
that's true.
So actually, what I want to do is the group can perhaps stay at that junction right here, but I can send my camera droid down into the tunnel and have it relay footage back to me.
Okay.
That way we don't have to waste the actual trek down, unless there was something interesting.
All right. Let me find a cool little iBot signal real quick.
It can become the Orc Assassin.
It could. What fun would that be? The role of your iBot will be played by this guy.
Aw.
All right, and
Little arms.
it wheels down. Where is my reveal areas? I'll just go ahead and reveal all of it if it'll stop being annoying. Okay, and it floats along. And you can make perception checks through it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead and roll. Let's see. It's going to be a daunting. Upgrade it twice. It doesn't notice anything spectacular in the beginning of the cave, but at the end you actually see another kind of chewed-on skeleton with a backpack and a small drum next to it.
It looks... It's having some trouble recognizing some stuff in the mouth of the tunnel, but further in it seems to have found another individual that had served as someone's supper, and they left a backpack and a drum behind.
But nothing.
Is it a drum? Is it a musical instrument, or a drum like an oil drum?
More like oil drum.
Okay. And the thing doesn't have arms, so it can't really inspect that.
All right. Well, since this thing it's floating, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nothing to worry about as it comes back out then. I assume you have to bring it back to you now?
Yeah, since it can't seem to do anything else.
Alright. If you guys want to explore down there, just let me know.
Well, yeah, if there's nothing freaky, I can go check it out.
Alright. Alright, well,
Okay.
Doing it then.
is anyone else going to join you, Key?
We can all go.
Yeah, I think
Probably
that makes...
a very smart idea. Okay. Move you off into the Right there. I'll just move the party. Okay, as you all come in, whoever was in the... Actually, everyone go ahead and make the same perception check. Or vigilance, actually. Use vigilance as well.
Oh no, Nog. Rocks fall, Nog dies.
Okay. No, this isn't that kind of cave. Alright, so 1, 2. I feel like I'm missing someone's roll, but I'm not. I'm just going crazy. Okay.
You're missing
Well,
both.
Balkan didn't roll, but I figured that would have been...
Oh, you
pretty
can
much
roll
valid.
again now that you're here.
Okay.
Just because your bot, you notice it when your bot comes, it doesn't mean you don't notice it. Okay. Well, Erdo, you actually, as you come out, you notice there's kind of little mounds kind of sticking out of the rock, and it looks like Nog has actually just walked onto one of them, and you see a bunch of little, like, wormy-looking kind of tendrils come out and start wrapping around his leg.
Okay, Nog, you need to move now.
But go ahead and roll
Right.
a nit.
What are you talking about?
Not bad. Alright, these guys actually act as.
Well, that's disappointing.
Okay.
And James, you called GM assistant.
Yeah, I'll get these loaded up.
All right.
Alright, here's the one. Here is another one. And another one. And finally, the finale. Wow, all that advantage. All these things are within short range, by the way. When it matters. When you guys find them. When they pop out and start eating people. Yes, but Nog, they're going to get for your double despair, they're going to get a free attack on you.
Just out of curiosity, from where we're standing now in the middle of this ambush, how far away is that corpse?
It will only be, I'll say long.
Okay.
Any chance I can use those triumphs to negate Nog's despairs and knock him out of the attack?
How about this? He'll just be entangled, but won't be hit. How about that?
Okay.
All right. Well then.
Here comes.
What's the initiative sounds like? It would look like it sound like. You know what I mean?
Two of us, two of them, one of us, one of them, one of us, one of them, one of us.
All right. Sounds fair. Like I said, the one that is around Nog. Yeah, because you guys, now that it's been pointed out by Erdo as well as be part of the triumph, you guys actually now there's 4 of these mounds with kind of the worm-like tendrils coming out of them.
How big are these tendrils?
But how about this? They look like they could all reach you from where they are in short range, and are actually reaching towards you.
Got it. Well, Zevo had his Van Blades out and would be very willing to go slicing and dicing at them.
And Erdo, I think, was gonna have to run toward Nog to intercept an attack or something like that.
What are you guys getting so worked up about?
Well, you can actually also use your free maneuver. How about that? From your triumph in there. Boom.
What is the difficulty defense kind of situation?
Actually, it does depend which one you're attacking. The one around Nog, if you're gonna attack that one, has 2 melee defense. The rest just have 1.
Alright, I'll go for one of the others. And I'll flip. And we had to move. We were short to all of them, right, at the start? Alright, so I'll aim once as well. I've struck. So that is, I believe, 5 pierce 2. And I will sunder it once.
Okay. Yeah, we'll say it loses some of its soak. You put a nice crack in the mound. You said that was 9?
No, 5.
Oh, 5 pierce 2. Sorry.
Yeah, 5 pierce 2.
Okay. Let me write that down. Okay. Yeah. It looks like you put a bit of a dent in its kind of moundy shell thing. Okay. Who's up next on the initiative order?
Beardo will attack the one that's got Nog, I guess. Oh, I don't know if he's up next on the order, but
Yeah, we have another slot now.
okay, yeah. So he'll take a maneuver to aim and then just try and bash it.
Sounds good.
So nothing.
Okay. We'll say it's more of it's thick hide. It's just really hard to pierce through. Ooh. Okay, very well.
They have 2 turns.
Okay. The one around Nod is going to attack him. Do you have any melee defense?
No.
Okay. This is the big guy. Well, not the big, but the disregard. Okay. And it is well going to take a maneuver to aim at you, and it's going to flip a die. It's going to flip for this. I forgot to put difficulty on. Here's the 2 difficulty.
Okay.
Yeah. So they doesn't have any advantage, but 3 in a triumph. It is now, and as well as being entangled, it is trapped. Your arms, you're staggered as well, Nog. And
do you realize what's happening now?
no, this is not
Sort
a
of?
hentai. And 8, no pierce or anything. Okay, and the second one will go for the one that Zevo attacked, and it will try and swing at him.
I have 2 melee defense presently.
Melee defense. All right, and you're engaged with it now.
I am.
Okay. It isn't smart enough to aim. Okay. 4. So 4. So actually another 8.
All right.
I don't know what it is, but it hurts a lot.
All right, we have a turn again.
I guess with all these poking and proddings, Balkan will try and see what the hell these things are.
Yeah, by all means.
Knowledge is power. Vulcan should get that as a tattoo.
Okay. Xenology. It's actually just a hard xenology check. All right. Yeah, these are kind of they're a variant of rockworm. They actually normally survive on eating ore. These ones, they do not look like a particular species you've ever encountered before. And normally they actually they don't attack organics. Normally they just eat ore. This is actually really out of the pale for them. But you also know a great spot to kind of how to to. You're gonna give 2 boost dice to everyone that attacks. I can't get out the.
Okay.
You know how to hurt them, so you can share that with the rest of the group. There you go. There's a particular kind of way you just hit them right, spot. Sound good?
They are, unless Balkan's going to take any other maneuvers.
He's actually going to try and take maneuver to get closer to basically halfway to medium for the corpse.
Okay.
And really quick, with that whole 2 boost thing, that's not requiring, like, a called shot, right?
No.
Okay.
Great. So we... no, sorry. They have another turn now.
Okay. The other one is going to reach out for probably Zevo as well, actually. It can attack from short range, but it's still a melee attack. Basically like someone's whip. He has the same pool.
Still 2 defense. Yeah.
Yes. Same exact roll. So there's another 8. It's actually it's going to give itself a boost on its next attack. All right.
We are up again.
Okay, so I believe it's Key's turn. You said the one attacking Nog was in short range, right?
No, he's engaged with. He can be at short range, yeah.
I mean, like, he's engaged with it, but Key's at short range from it,
you're
right?
short range, yes. That's.
Okay. So,
I trust you, Key. I trust you.
I did aim.
And
So let's see.
I'm gonna flip before you roll, though.
Okay, I'll aim twice then. I'll take the stray and aim
Not a
twice.
good idea. So it's a short, so it'd be just the one red, one purple.
Okay. I hit it.
And you hit it hard, huh? It's only 10 advantage, and
Plus at least 1 more off the blaster, I think.
Yeah, so that'll be 15 damage, no pierce.
no pierce.
Yeah.
Okay. Lucky enough, it is in a rock.
Okay,
Cool.
so
Are we gonna do it for
Hit the shit out of it.
can I give? Oh yeah, was I supposed to have any defenses on that one?
No, not ranged.
Okay. In that case, I will give a boost to the very next person. I'll have a floating boost. I'll save strain for later. And then how many do I have left? So that was 3. 1, 2, 3,
have
4,
7
5,
left.
6, 7. And then I have 2 from shooting, so I have 9 left.
All right.
I could super crit it.
Do it.
Why
What's the
not?
crit on your weapon?
It's 2.
Yes. Crit plus
Yeah,
40
crit.
plus lethal blows? Yes.
Do it.
Okay, so you said it was plus 40?
If you have...
And then I have 2
30.
lethal blows.
And how many ranks in lethal blows?
2
So it'll be plus 50.
plus
Okay.
50. Alright, go!
134 is pretty darn good. That will come out to
Gruesome injury.
gruesome injury, yep.
Okay. You actually blow
Oh, no,
off.
sorry, 134 is bleeding out.
Nice.
One wound,
134.
1 strain, beginning of every turn.
Yeah, you blow off like kind of the little. You get a perfect hit, and you blow off kind of the little rock structure that was kind of containing it. You actually see like a small. You see just a bunch of worms kind of starting to up and around. But you do notice there's particularly there does seem to be like one bigger worm. Like it's essentially the queen, if you will, if they were to have queens. Does that make any sense?
Okay.
And it
So
is
kill
now
the-
exposed as well.
It's melting all over me. This is disgusting. But kind of awesome.
So shoot the big one, or punch it, or whatever you do.
Alright, the one that was actually back over here, we'll go now, and let's see. After seeing that key, it's gonna try. It's trying to get its hands on you, and this is another one that was actually has the same stats as the other one. So it's 4,
Okay.
1.
So I have 1 melee defense, and I will dodge once.
Okay. Let's see what happens.
Oh no.
Okay. So they do 8 damage and 2 threat. We have the threat on it. Wait, I forgot to have an aim. So let's roll the 1 boost. Sorry.
It's good.
Nothing anyway.
Nothing. Alright, anyone have ideas for the threat?
We could take another boost against it.
Yeah, that boost against it sounds good.
Okay, cool. You said... Sorry, how much damage was that?
It's 5 plus the 3, 8.
Okay, thank you.
We are to Nog, who can't do anything at all.
He is.
Triggered and entangled, so no, he
Yes.
can't do anything.
All right, back to the top.
But you'll be free this turn as it lost its grip after that gruesome injury.
All right, I guess Zevo can go after the one that he hit last time, the one that he sundered its armor. So I'm going to aim twice for another 2 strain.
Okay.
I've got the 2 boosts from Balkan and the boost just created by Key, and I'm going to flip and roll like Hawk does with 34 boost die. So that's 6 damage. That's 6 damage, pierce 2.
Okay. You do hurt it.
I will. I will disorient it once for 1 turn.
Okay.
I will sunder it again, and I'll crit it, which is hamstrung. He loses a free maneuver.
Okay. All right, hamstrung. At this point, you basically cracked its shell, and basically, I'm gonna say it's lost its soak, and it's not completely destroyed. You only sundered it twice, but this isn't exactly the a 4-step kind of thing.
Ew.
Huts have been known to eat them, yeah. They're nice and crunchy at the right age, you know.
All right, we've got another turn now.
Okay, so it still has 2 melee defense. I have 2 boosts from Balkan.
And there's a floating boost still out there if you are interested in that.
Okay, Erdo's gonna steal the floating boost if he can. And then he's gonna take an aim, and he's gonna flip, and he's gonna try and punch that queen again.
All right. How
So
much
that's
damage?
7 damage. Does 7 get through?
Oh yeah. The gruesome injury is basically it lost its soak. It's actually at 7, you punch the queen and it dies. So
okay.
Let's see.
Exposed parts of the queen.
Nog has been completely released. Hi, baby. Yeah, the other things look kind of acting a little bit erratically. Mechanically, they're going to add 2 setback dice to all their stuff. Well, except for the other big one. Oh, sounds good. Okay, then it's gonna be an NPC after Erdo.
Yep.
Alright. The other big one will go that was attacking Key, and will swing for the fences again. Okay, he's gonna flip and aim. You gonna dodge?
So he's attacking Key again?
Yes.
Yeah, he will dodge.
Okay. 1 and 1.
Whew!
Now you just dodge right out of its tendrils. It manages to kind of. Let's see. Let me check this advantage board. Let me make sure I have enough to do this. I'm very forgetful. Common use of advantage. 3. It didn't actually do any damage to you, so. How about this? It actually, it didn't get a hold of you, but I got a hold of your weapon.
Alright.
Yeah, I'll use up all its advantage there. So it has your weapon in its hand now.
Well, screw you. Not you, the monster.
And it's just kind of, you can tell it's squeezing on it, but it's not doing much to it. Just yet. It hasn't started eating it yet.
Okay.
Okay. And then the one that Zebo is beating on. We'll try and beat back. Not that it has much of a chance. It's at 4 setback dice. Yeah, let's see what happens. Yeah, so that'll be 5. And let's see, 3 threat. What are you gonna do with that? Wait,
I
actually,
am
wait, he
unharmed.
had an additional setback dice.
No,
before.
you didn't. Oh, okay, I
He missed. No, he
was
had an additional
unharmed.
because last time he rolled a threat and you guys said just give him a setback dice. So he actually missed.
Okay. With 3 threat.
Yep.
I guess
Yes, sir.
I could take another boost against him, or he could like fall, the equivalent of fall down and like leave himself vulnerable or something.
Certainly. It's we'll say it's proned. The mound is kind of knocked backwards
Sounds good.
as it tries to cover Zevo, but Zevo's just too big and
Awesome.
just like, whatever, you can't lift me.
All right, our turn again.
All right.
How many more PCs will go before it's NPCs again?
Just 1.
Then Balkan is gonna spend a maneuver and his action to move into short range with the corpse.
Okay. All right.
Wait,
The
no, there's
last
2 more after
NPC.
Balkan.
Last NPC to go is another one of the small ones. The ones no one's messed with just yet, but still has a 2. It's also attacking Zevo. Ooh, nope. 2. Alright. Anything special than the your 2 melee defense? Not gonna flip or dodge or anything?
Nope.
Alright. There you go. Alright, so this one had did 5 with 1 threat.
I take no damage,
Alright.
and 1 threat.
How about next person to attack it gets a boost. How about that?
Sounds good.
Okay.
This is the one that we haven't attacked yet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and back to PCs from here on.
E.
Yep.
Or Nog, sorry, one of you 2.
No, let's let Nog go first.
Okay. So the only one that hasn't been attacked yet is the one that is to attack Zevo?
Yes.
Okay.
The one that's
So-
attacked Zevo. Zevo hasn't punched, basically.
So Nog will just... He had his repulsor rifle out, but he was entangled, so he's just gonna, bring that to bear and then shoot at that one.
Sounds good.
No despair, that's good. That's 10 damage to soak. Let's see what I can do with that. The repulsor rifle, he's gonna knock it down and disorient it. So that's 4 taken, so there's 3 left. I guess with the other 3, he will pass a boost with 1, and then take a free maneuver to just back away from the other ones.
All right, sounds good. All right, Key, you're up.
All right. I guess Key's leaping for his gun.
All right, very well. You can do it.
So how are we gonna work this?
You can do an opposed. You can either use brawl or athletics. It's gonna use its brawl.
Sweet. Doesn't matter for me.
So it'll just be 2 red, 2 purple.
Cool.
To kind of wrestle it away.
I'll aim.
Sounds good. You can
Oh,
always
just
flip,
really
too.
quick. True aim only works with ranged, right?
I don't think so. I don't remember it in the
Range, yes,
description.
it only works with range.
Oh, there you go. See.
Okay. Cool. Then go.
You try and wrestle with it, and you just can't quite get it out of its grip.
Darn.
All right.
All right. Back to the top, I guess. Zevo can go after the one. The one I was going after before just died, or not yet?
Not yet. It's well on its way out. The graspers have gotten very weak.
All right, we're gonna do it again. So 5 pierce 2.
Okay. That'll do it in.
Okay, then I will clear all the strain? Yeah. Goodbye, strain. And that's all my advantage.
Okay, who's up next?
Erdo will move to attack the one that Nog hit. The one that hadn't attacked anyone yet.
Alright,
Or
sounds
that
good.
Zebo hadn't attacked yet.
That's
They
not
have one
down,
melee
so you get a
defense,
boost.
huh? Okay.
Alright. How much is that?
Oh, I'm sorry, I was on mute. 8 damage, no advantage. Erdo's just gonna jump on it and start punching the tentacles where they meet the mound.
Alright, sounds good. Okay, let's see. Alright. Okay. You got a nice hit on it. Looks like it's, the grasper worms are as well becoming weak on that one.
Alright, NPC's up.
No, it should be all 3. The 4th one's dead. I'm pretty sure I did the 2 already. Unless we're at the next turn. Duh.
Yeah.
Having a day. All right. It is actually going to. It's attacking your gun. It's pulling it in and it's starting to eat at it.
Oh no.
It's going to take. We'll just do we'll roll a force die. It takes 1 degree of damage.
Okay. I forget how that works, but I'll trust you.
There are about 4 stages. And once
It'll
you
add
get
a
to
setback
one,
first
it's finally
time.
broken.
Yeah. At 1 stage of damage, it adds a setback. 2, it adds a difficulty. And 3, it's unusable.
Okay.
Oh.
And that will actually be its turn. The other one is going to try and retaliate against Erdo. Do you have any melee defense, Erd?
1 melee defense.
Okay, so is that 3 setback, 2 difficulty, and it's gonna just kick a wild swing. Oh, didn't mean to have the force rating on there. Okay, man, it failed hard. Yeah. Other than Triumph, there wasn't a single success on there. Okay, well.
No crit for you.
Yeah, well, I wasn't gonna crit, but how about this? You know what? I can't think of a good use for the Triumph, so I'm gonna hold on to that until I can find a story-appropriate way to include it. We'll say, how about this? It just kind of gets enough in your way that it's gonna upgrade your next check to attack it.
Okay.
Alright, we've got like 5 turns in a row now or something.
Alright, well I guess Balkan's gonna finally reach that corpse with a maneuver. Then with his action he's gonna search the bag and maybe the drum if he can.
Okay. Except the corpse looks like it's been picked clean. You do notice there's like kind of a tattered uniform. You actually recognize it as the mining company that was here when you got first here. Looks like he was a surveyor.
How unfortunate.
Alright. Oh, there you go. The bag is actually a surveyor's bag. It actually has I think it's the excavation kit, if I'm remembering how it's the name of it correctly. You know, it's for archaeologists probably have it.
Erdo lost his last one on the coronet base, actually.
Yeah, it's one of those. I can't remember the exact name, and I didn't actually write it down. I just have a little note. Archaeologist, kind of the gear. Survey gear. There you go. Boom. And also let you know that barrel there. It's definitely has some kind of electronic lock on it. Okay.
I guess I need to wait until my next turn in order to open it.
Yes, sir.
Alright.
Who's up next?
Nog or Key?
Well, Key would just keep fighting for his gun, so either way. If Nog wants to do something more productive. Oh no, because there are no NPCs. Doesn't really matter then. Alright, Key will go. I forget, has anything changed difficulty-wise?
Nope.
No, okay. And go! Ah, dang it.
So let me pitch something to you. So Key's trying to get his blaster out of like the maw of this worm thing, right?
Certainly is.
So Nog has a repulsor rifle, which is essentially a small tractor beam or like a gravity gun. Could he try to pull the blaster out of it? Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh.
Certainly could. I'll even have it. It'll just be. You're at short range. Just upgrade it twice for its brawl skill. How about that?
Okay, so it'll be okay. I got you. And do all the other bonuses for attacking these things count, or is it just?
Yeah, everything else is still good.
Okay, then I guess I'll aim to try to sort of hone in on the blaster itself.
I will
try to
flip
pull it
those.
up. Okay. So that makes it 2 red?
Yes, sir.
This one? Yeah, okay. Let's see what happens then. Alright.
Oh.
You pull it out and then right into Key's hands. That's how masterfully you did that there.
Gravity guns are right into his hands. Catch!
Sweet, thank you. Okay, I guess we're back at the top then.
And we'll even say with the Triumph, you actually did damage to it as well. So what just your base damage?
It's a base damage of 8 to strain, but I guess, yeah.
8 to strain. Okay, that's not bad. Alright, very well.
Is there still one within range of Zevo, or did someone kind of jump that one from behind?
Erdo jumped on the one that was in short range of you, but the other one's actually also in short range.
Okay, I guess I will head over to that one and do the slicey dicey thing. So 7 pierce 2.
Yeah, it's down as well. Zevo with those killing blows over here.
Yeah, Zevo's the real finisher here. Kill stealing. I'll use 2 of the advantage to clear my strain that I just took, and I'll give a boost and a floating boost for the last one.
Alright, sounds good.
So I guess Erdo will try and punch the last disheartened tentacle beast to death. So that's 9 damage and a crit, I guess. No, I'll stagger it. Makes more sense to stagger it.
Alright.
Not dead.
Well, actually, at this point, that hit will actually finish this one off as well.
Woohoo!
End of line. Alright, there you go. Alright, yeah, on this particular lock, Balkan, for the barrels, I'm assuming that's what you want to mess with here.
Of course.
A base star?
Never mind. It's very tortured reference.
I'll Google it later and pretend like I knew it all along. No, yeah, it's actually going to be a daunting check to open up this crate here.
Check with what?
Computers.
Okay.
You could probably also take the barrel apart if you wanted to with a mechanics check. That might take a little while though. All right. Yeah, you easily ply into it, and you're just like, what's the word? Child's play, I think.
Yes.
Right, you pause for it open. Inside, you find. Check my notes. Where are they? There we go. You actually find. Yeah, they are. Okay. Oops. I clicked the wrong button. There. Okay. You find /roll damn. You find 6 iridium charges.
Oh, well, these are certainly useful. Good thing Rio's not here.
I wasn't expecting the 6, but hey.
Peaceful is not the first word I would have used.
By the way, this particular barrel looks like it's designed to hold these without letting them explode, as they, iridium does tend to be rather unstable.
Yes, that sounds like a great idea. Leave them in the barrel for the moment, but I will point out, it's like, hey, got some pretty high-grade explosives over here. And little else of note.
1 second. Nog's gonna try to pull Key's blaster back to him with his gravity gun. 1 second. I need to see it.
Oh, I'm like, wait, I thought Key already had his blaster.
He does. He's just pulling it back away from Key.
Oh yeah, I get it now. So it goes, I assume.
Well,
I mean, I'm guessing you don't need to.
Then he
You're not
shoots
gonna
it
resist.
back. He shoots it back after fiddling with it. Yeah, it's all fixed.
Whoa, seriously?
Yeah, so no more setback on it.
Oh, thank you.
No problem.
Could have just asked.
Key seems much happier now.
Nog just wanted to use his gravity gun.
Any excuse.
Can you blame him? Can you blame him?
When someone mentioned there was Baradium, Zevo started backing up.
Oh, I just had a perfect one. Alright, this will be Nog. Because I can't find a good Celestin one. The party will go away. Alright, I'm still missing Balkan.
Yeah, you never
And
made a
Erdo.
token for me. Oh.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Alright, anyway, I guess that concludes your thing here, right?
I guess so, but Balkan's gonna say it might be a good idea to at least put this somewhere useful, if not take it with us.
Yeah, I'll take it.
If Erdo's going by, he'd peek into the backpack, and if he found the precision excavation kit, he'd take it with him.
Oh yes, it's of high quality as well. Alright, cool. I think everyone has a thing now. Yeah. Rip and tear, rip and tear. Okay. I just need to do one for the Balkan. This will come more into play. There you go. You have to be a Hunam, I'm sorry. Save changes. Boom. There we go. Everyone has a thing now. Alright, cool, cool, cool. Alright, you guys are back here in this hallway. And as you're up here, you actually start hearing the drip of water.
Key, thought we said go to the bathroom before we left.
That should clear everything there.
That is a lot of dripping water.
It is. It's really hard to find like an actual drip thing. But it works. Oh yeah. To your right, you actually see another kind of open ore deposit Balkan. And down here, you actually see there's kind of a hole, and there's actually kind of from the up and above, there's kind of water dripping down into the hole. And of course, before I forget, you also notice kind of ancient doors kind of sit in front of you. They're kind of they're an orange, like a dull orange, like kind of like think of like the pyramids you see. You know what I mean? For some reason, this is really not looping correctly today. Just fine the other day. Anyway, and there's some etchings and some stuff on it. So if you want to make a lore check, they certainly could.
What's the difficulty?
It's going to be daunting.
Balkan will give you skilled assistance on that.
Upgrading ones.
know what? We'll flip back.
All right. It's actually a description in ancient Huttese that reads, "Home of Darth Einsam."
It's a welcome mat.
Something like that, yeah. Like I said, there are other little bits, but like I said, time is kind of worn away some of the bits, but that is actually quite clear. And as you're investigating, as you touch it, you realize the doors just kind of open up. And you get to see a small square room with two buttons on the back that are both faintly glowing. There's a one that's green and one that is red. Since you passed the lore check, you know the one says kind of exit and the bottom says temple.
I guess this is the elevator they said they found.
Yep, let's try temple.
Should we try to see if we know who this Darth fellow is?
Yeah, that'd be a formidable lore check.
Okay.
Is Erdo curious about this as well?
Oh yeah.
Alright, so you can do the same for assistance again. But since I'm a draw, you also roll a boost die with it.
Oh, I forgot about that. Okay, here we go.
All right, yeah, you know what? You've heard kind of vague stuff about it. Apparently, he was actually a Hutt Sith during the Old Republic time, who kind of went into hiding because his view of the Force was a little bit radical for his time. He thought the light side didn't even actually exist. It was a lie perpetrated by the Jedi, and that the only side that was real was the dark side of the Force. But he went, like I said, he went into hiding. Haters gonna hate. All right. Actually, let me prep the next thing real quick, and I switched right back.
Can you check the hole?
Oh yeah, certainly. Go ahead and make a. Well, if you're gonna peek at the hole, go ahead and make a. It's gonna be a daunting perception check. It's gonna be upgraded twice, and you're also gonna have 2 setback.
Would his the hunting goggles with the light
Oh yeah, they would
and
help.
the magnification come into play at all?
Yeah, you can get a boost for the hunting goggles. They give you a boost for tracking prey. Whether or not you know you're tracking prey, right?
Do it now.
All right. Yes, you see. All right, cool. That copied over just fine. So I gotta go to the gym layer. You see that is currently climbing up out of the hole.
Oh. Okay. How long do I think it would take to get up?
It's pretty far. Probably around the long. You're figuring the way it's going. It would be maybe 15 to 20. 30 seconds to a minute.
Does Key say anything?
In just a moment.
Okay.
Could Key try to time a frag grenade drop?
Certainly. Yeah, I'll just be we'll say you could around me. What's the throwing range on the frag grenade? I forget off the top of my head.
Short.
Short, yeah.
Usually short.
Okay, well it's adversary 1. Let's see if you can time it perfectly. How about that?
So what's the difficulty? And what am I using? Am I just using light range too?
Yeah, right range, ranged light, just a short range, ranged light attack. So, and he's actually wants a one red, no range defense.
Okay, I will aim then,
I would
and
suggest it.
drop it.
Okay. Yeah, everyone hears the explosion rip out through the tunnel. You hear a very angry shriek which seems to be answered by a bunch more even further into the tunnel. But you do notice it's now falling into the tunnel.
Okay. Alright, hey, we should go down.
Maybe we should drop one of these nice beradium charges down that hole, too.
Not the beradium.
Maybe Zevo could plug up the hole.
Zevo's,
Wait, we have that detonite. Why don't we use that then?
Zevo's got, detonite. 2 bricks of it.
Alright.
Yeah, as long as you can set it up before the lizard things get up. Oh, by the way, there are lizard things.
Yeah, we got that much.
Okay, well, it's going to be a kind of a mechanics check. You know how to, the rules for setting it, or need to, it's starts as, I think.
It starts at 3, I think.
A minute, drink.
Let me look at the sheet.
Excuse me. Goodness.
Either way, Nog will assist Zevo with his 4 ranks in mechanics.
I think Zevo would probably hand it over to someone else.
Oh.
His original detonite was a gift from Rio, and it was one of those gifts that he was kind of like, I don't know if I should have this gift, but Rio was like, oh, it's a great idea.
Yeah, Rio's all about sharing the wealth of explosives.
Yeah, I don't have the bombing rules right in front of me. But I think it's average, and you add
average
one.
For each one you add on, it's another difficulty.
That's what I believe.
But just
So we have 2 bricks, which would just make it an average difficulty.
well, if you only probably if you're trying to collapse the tunnel, you will need to use both, and it'll be upgraded once for the kind of the difficulty and me flipping. So it'll be a hard upgrade at once. All right, you said it perfectly. You step back. Did you wanted to collapse this thing, right? Or just set up like a little a trap?
No, collapse it.
All right. You most certainly do. And rocks fall. Everyone roll a force die. With okay. Wow.
Oh,
this is looking good.
Okay. Then some rocks do fall. Who has the best range defense?
Zevo has 1.
He has 1.
Balkan has 1.
We're gonna add them all together for this, and we'll say as some rocks fall. We'll say. Well, let's see how this works. Okay. Yeah, kind of rocks kind of fall around, but it looks like it manages to stay standing, and no one is actually hit. Maybe a little startled. Yeah. One more for him. It's okay. He didn't cause a total tunnel collapse.
The elevator.
Yeah, let's go to the temple.
He didn't shoot it. He blew it up.
Okay. Let me. Actually, now here I actually need to resize you guys because you guys are too big.
Suddenly became Silhouette 4. So this is what it likes to be normal size. Looked like Zevo got flattened.
Oh, there you go. It opens up into an antechamber. And I actually need to stop the water and the wind. Yeah, it opens up into a large antechamber. What did someone say? I think the party lost Key. You did disappear, Key. Where'd you go? It's alright.
Rocks fall and Key did end up dying.
whabam. Thank goodness Roll20 is so awesome.
Ain't it?
It is.
Oh, thanks.
There you go. Okay. Oh yeah. You see a smashed-up kind of antechamber. It looks like the pillars actually look like they were kind of they're very masterwork kind of stuff. You know. You see a wall here. Those bloody footprints aren't there yet, but I always, for some reason, I like to leave them there. So be surprised when they pop back up. And yeah, there's kind of rubble and everything around. You said you don't see any obvious exits, but there is one small alcove over here.
What about the thing by the pillar? Is that just rubble?
Actually, it looks like it once at one time might have been a painting, but all the canvas is kind of faded into nothing. What's left is just little bits of the frame.
Okay. Let's investigate the alcove then.
Alright, inside you find kind of like was once on a metal pole. It looks like kind of like a coat of arms, and it's kind of broken and fallen over, as you can see.
Could Zivo make a perception check for any kind of like specifically hut-related things?
How about this? You could actually give an upgrade on the coat of arms check, whoever did the knowledge check. If you assist it.
I will love to do that.
Alright. It'd be another formidable check with an upgrade in the boost for Zivo helping. Alright, so you know what, you can just get the you can add up the upgrade, but they can still Balkan and Erdo can still do their combined "we are the smartest people here" thing.
All right then. So it's just going to be 2 greens, 5 yellows, and a boost.
Go for it.
Well, it seems like Erdo should be the one leading the charge.
I'll go for it then.
The lore background.
All right. Yes, this is actually the coat of arms for this family. And actually, when you look at Zivo, it actually it bears a striking resemblance to kind of some of your ancestors, oddly enough.
Zivo will make sure to get a picture of it.
All right.
Send him to his grandmother who does all the genealogy.
Yeah, exactly.
And as you're examining it, you actually notice there's a small kind of switch back behind. As you lift it up, actually, you can see there's a kind of a small switch, an indent in there. That's what your triumph is, unless you want to use it for something else.
No, let's press the switch.
Okay.
Everyone step away
Without
for just a
hesitation.
second.
You all hear chunk.
Oh, good. I like chunks.
And you see this. Why is rock still on the map? That's just weird.
Hey, Rock, how did you get down here?
They forgot you.
That never happened. It's all good. Okay. Let me get back to the maps and token there. Okay. There we go.
His battery ran out while he was down here, and the other team just left him.
That sounds like something they would do, wouldn't it? Okay. Now, as this opens, I actually forgot to put back the token here. You see a floating kind of droid. It's just kind of floating. You don't see anything other than that. It's just sitting there.
Can we identify its purpose from like its physical attributes, or?
Sure. It'll actually be a daunting lore check because it's more old, or it would be a. Sorry, I had been confused. A daunting mechanics check or a formidable lore check.
Balkan should probably just roll the mechanics. I think that's numerically a little better.
Daunting for mechanics?
Yes. No. Yes. Yes. I got confused again. All right. It's actually kind of a sentry/messenger droid, but it also doesn't appear to be on.
Is it able to be turned on?
Yeah, if you got close, there should be a switch, maybe.
Alright, back me up here, guys. I think I can turn that thing on, but given our surroundings, I don't trust it.
Okay, so you're gonna go to the left side, right?
I'm gonna go wherever the thing is.
Yeah, you can walk over to the left side. Yeah, actually close. You actually can't find a way to turn it on. Oh,
Does it have a plug?
Can Zivo try to command it in Huttese?
you cannot see an obvious way to activate it. Sorry, I missed what may have been said. Now that everyone's in the room, please make a vigilance check at 3 red, 1 purple. Uno momento, I need to move something, but it looks like Nog is the target again.
Yeah, geez. Really racking up those spares, Nog.
Alright, so everyone's check is in. Alright. Looks like... Did someone not roll?
I thought it was just everyone who's not in that room.
Oh, no, it's everyone. Everyone's in the room. That's why they're all doing the check.
Oh, okay.
See, I even gave you control of your own person, Vulcan.
I refuse to touch that thing you call me.
It's the closest thing I could find to a scientist. Okay. All right, Triumph. Okay, well, you hear mechanical whirring come down. Zivo and Balkan, and you see lowering itself from high up into the ceiling a mechanized spider. Okay, it. And yeah, it is going to. It will as you know. I'm gonna say the Triumph and the Spare can equal out. It is gonna target Nog, but it's not gonna get the free attack it was going to. Okay. By the way, it's still lowering itself down. It's actually at long range. All right, now I gotta roll its stats. Oh, also, if you're playing the home game, Erdogan, you're the only force sensitive, right? The only force user.
Yes, he is.
No one else is. All right, you actually feel a surge of the dark side as this happens. Okay, so it's 3.2. Zivo always rolls ridiculous in nits. You ever notice that?
Well, that 7.0 was pretty unbeatable.
That was pretty awesome. Okay.
Are we able to see that thing's feet?
Yes, it's actually lowering itself down from like it looks like a cable coming out of its rear end. Like it's a kind of wants to be an organic spider.
Does it look like it has the same kind of feet we saw in the footprints earlier?
No, these ones are much different.
Worth trying.
If no one else minds, I wouldn't mind having Zevo go first because he gets extra boost for attacking at long range with his rifle, and if it gets closer, the advantage is lost.
I'm fine with it.
Good with that.
All right. Zevo will pull out his sonic rifle, and does it have adversary or anything?
Yes, it is adversary 1.
All right.
You could totally flip if you wanted to, by the way. There you go. Nice.
Oh yeah.
Okay. How much?
11.
Okay. You do not hurt it.
Okay. Let's see. I mean, the Triumph, I could activate concussive, or I'm trying to think what else advantageous could happen from that.
Doesn't concussive stagger? Does it really get much better than stagger?
Oh, is that what I wasn't? Yeah, if that's what I couldn't remember what concussive did actually for a moment. I very rarely get to use this rifle. When I do use it, I very rarely hit with it.
Yeah. When triggered, target is staggered. A number of rounds equal to rating.
Consider him staggered.
What's his concussive rating?
I think it's only 1. Let me double check. Yeah, just 1.
Okay. Well, who's up next? Not the initiative.
And then I have a boost, and I'll give an advantage
All
to the
right.
next person. Or, sorry, I've got 1 advantage, and I'll give a boost. Let me put the words in the right order.
All right. It's gonna. I guess it's gonna do a hard-headed action. Not that it really matters. It'll be it's like concussive 1. Let's see here. It's resilience, right? Yeah, it didn't work.
I think hard-headed is actually harder than that, unless he has, like...
He has 1. No, it's 4 normally. For each rank of hard-headed, it goes down to, I think, to a minimum of easy. I forget the minimum, but yeah, it was 3 for him.
Alright.
And for his maneuver, he's aiming at you, Zevo.
Do you get to maneuver when you're staggered?
You can't do actions except for the hard-headed one will let you shrug off. It still would have used up his action either way. Like I said, it was kind of pointless, but I might as well have him do it. Yeah, in being ensnared or ensnared, right? It cuts off or entrapped, entangled, ensnared, whatever. That one cuts off your maneuver. Staggered removes your action. All right. So yeah, but you can definitely tell it's pointing at you, Zevo, for that. I guess next player go.
Everyone else can go now.
Is the spear on the floor a thing?
Yes, it is indeed a broken spear.
Erdo is going to... Does it have any inscription or anything like that on it?
Actually, there is something on the blade.
Erdo's going to try and read that.
All right, go ahead and make we'll say kind of daunting lore, like it's been to read the other stuff. But you can take a boost since you've been kind of you're gonna hang on the ancient Huddies. How about that?
Balkan will spend a maneuver to give him skilled assistance.
All right, okay. All right, it actually says the inscription is. It actually says kind of. It says Sith killer, kind of like it's yeah.
Oh, Saber must have had fun here.
He did actually. He had a lot of fun. But that regardless. Let's see.
What if we put it beneath the spider and then shoot the spider down?
Why don't we just shoot the cable and let
Broken.
gravity do the work?
Exactly. We shoot the cable and then it falls onto the spear.
Sounds
I
good.
think
But yeah. You also realize, Erdo, doing this. I was trying to think how to work Triumph, but I got it. Actually, it looks like this was once a powered weapon as well. Yes, it is indeed broken, but you think you could jerry-rig something up to have it activate. You're not sure how reliable that would be. It would be a formidable mechanics check.
Since Balkan helped him, would he know that too?
Yeah, I'll say Balkan picked that up.
yeah, Erdo could use the maneuver to pass it to Balkan for his turn.
Alright, sounds good.
Alright, well then I guess if it's all just PCs until the round resets, Balkan will take the next slot to jerry-rig it back up to working order. He's going to intense focus for this, and it's just formidable.
Yes. We don't get the never mind. You're good. Yeah,
Alright,
just formidable.
okay.
I will. I'll flip just for fun.
I was wondering if someone was going to call me on that.
You've passed impossible checks already. All right, yeah. Actually, using just good old draw ingenuity, you managed to hook up a clip, like one of the spare E clips, onto this, and it kind of powers up. And you see, it starts to kind of glow red hot around the spear tip.
All right. Aerodo was wondering if I could pass
That
this
can
to Nog.
totally
And
happen. Yes.
all right, then I'll. Do you want me to use maneuver to pass it to Nog, or can I just say I did?
We'll just say you did.
All right.
Nog can just grab it. He'd be wanting to do this anyway.
So yeah, it's powered on. Okay, Nog. It's gonna be he's that long. Adversary 1. I'm gonna flip, and it's gonna be 2 setback for the general unwieldiness of what you're trying to do.
Okay. Well, this thing can't normally shoot at long, but that's just to affect something with the repulsor thing. So I think it might be different for launching.
I'll say it can launch. Yeah.
Okay.
At least this is pretty small. It's not like you're trying to shoot a giant brick. You know.
Yeah,
What I mean?
this is still a long range attack though, so it's like 3 difficulty, right?
Yes. Upgrade it twice with his 1 adversary, my 1 flip.
All right. I guess I'll flip, and he will do some good aiming here, and we will try to hit this thing. Nope.
Yes. Then fortune strikes.
Oh,
All right. You know what? So what happened? Was that actually 3 triumphs now?
Well, I don't know what his rolls are. So,
we have a success advantage, which can turn into either a triumph or a blank.
yeah, so do we want to do the roll 50-50 thing on that?
We'll say. I'll say triumph because it's a special ability. It should be special. It's only once per session, right?
Well,
Well,
he has it statted up to where he can do it 3 times a session
3
now.
times.
Yeah.
No, I'll
I got
still
the
allow it.
full
It's special. If you don't get to use it and really
I mean,
feel special, then what's the
If
point,
you want,
man?
we could turn this into 3 triumphs with all the faces I rolled.
Could we?
Good.
You could, yeah.
And that would actually make us succeed too.
Yes.
Well,
I
since
guess
each
if
roll
you're having to
has
take
some
away
success.
successes in order to
I
make it.
didn't roll any net failure. I rolled 3 actual failures.
Oh, all right, yeah. Then it can be super triumphant if he's fine with that.
All right. Yeah, there you go. It actually pierces right through like it. You know, if it's like it had a delay for a second, but then it just cuts right through this thing's armor, and cuts through the cable, and as it falls to the ground, it is just spouting out sparks, and it actually even falls kind of over here, long range. So that's what, 30 wounds, 30 strain.
It's more than that.
It's automatically incapacitated, a crit plus 50 and 30 strain.
How about this? It also sets off these traps on the right side that no one wanted to go onto, and is bathed in fire.
Oh man, I at least want to take a look at it.
Yeah, it is done. So
I guess now it's just a big black
plus 50,
crisp.
you say?
Yep.
Go ahead and roll it, Nog. Let's see what we got here.
All right. Okay.
40.
As it's falling down, Nog is just like, I'm so sorry.
It's bleeding out.
Yeah.
All right.
Jeez, 10 away from dead.
11. That important extra one.
Oh, what's 150 then?
The end is nigh. Oh, it would
Aw.
die at the end of the next round. So yeah, it was 1 away from the end is nigh.
It's dead already. there's no coming back from that. Yeah, and the flame jets, as it's sitting there, don't stop shooting either. It's just being burnt away. Well, actually, you do notice it's not actually taking any. Doesn't seem like the flame's doing too much to it, but yeah, it's just bathing itself in flame here.
Well, good shot.
Well, that's impressive, but also slightly a shame, because I would have liked to take a look at whatever the hell that thing actually was.
Did the spear survive?
Yes. It actually fell back down and landed right dead center on the pillar. Still, it ran out of power as it hit, though.
So whoever pulls it out is like king, right?
Could be.
Erdo will pick it up if no one else will.
Okay. Just for real funsies, real quick. Everyone, Erdo, you feel a surge of the dark side again, and this little droid is gonna start trying to take off.
I shoot it with my ion
Hi, nerd.
blaster.
All right. Go ahead and make the shot.
Would you say it was short range for me when I did it?
Oh yeah, it'll be short range. I'll say I'll roll it to nit to see what it would have gotten at. It would have gone last. 1.6. Screw you, advantage. Yeah, so you're gonna take shots at it. It powers up and starts flitting away.
Alright, so yeah, I shoot it with my ion blaster for 10 strain damage. I mean, actually 12, sorry. Didn't do the math.
Alright, 12. You can activate Disorient as well.
Yep. I have to remember if I can crit with... Yeah, no. Yeah, disorient.
Okay, yeah. Let's see, I can't... Oh, let me mess... Okay, so it's 12. Alright, it's starting to shoot out kind of sparks, and it's kind of going a little crazy, but it's still moving forward.
Pin it down!
Alright, we still have...
What? Oh, that droid? It's like moving away from us, and we want to stop it, right? Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so Nog can try to like pull at it with his repulsor rifle just to keep it from moving.
All right. Yeah. Just I'll say it's at a short distance.
All right. You're just kind of turning to do this. Oh, okay.
Jeez. The great Dice Lord taketh, the great Dice Lord giveth.
Come back here, little guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You have it ensnared rather well. In fact, you know what the threat is you do a strain damage to it and it passes out. You only need the 2 more to.
Oh, you scared it.
So there you go. We'll have this floaty droid. Okay. You do notice though, if you guys walk to the door holding the droid, the door will open up, revealing this.
Is
Now,
that red supposed to be there?
Yes, that is. I put that blood there myself. Apparently, I have to tell people if it's because it comes on the map. Apparently, it's not obvious. Rock actually said that last session. Let me. I need to know, Zevo. What is your discipline? And I need your nobody's fool as well. What is your discipline? Your defense against coercion. How about that?
My defense against coercion is awesome. Let me tell you what it is. It starts out as 1 red, 3 purple, but will then be upgraded 5 times. So
5 times, so it's at 5
4
red now?
4 red, 4 red.
4 red, okay.
No, I count 5 red. 1 red, 3 purple. Upgraded 3 times is 4 red.
Right.
Upgraded 2 more times is 5 red.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I forgot to add 1 rank of...
Make sure I have the right thing. Yeah, 5, 4. He's gonna flip. Alright, do you want to flip back or anything?
I'm confident.
Okay. I believe in you.
I take 2 strain for intimidating.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? Zevo, you hear in kind of an ancient Huttese, I can't think of what he'd say. How about I type it out? I'm always better typing out. Oh wait, I did miss the red. Let me roll the last red here.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's actually going to turn one of his dark side into an advantage anyway. Actually, I think coercion, red, give him let's give him extra successes. I think. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, so yeah, I have the 1 success. The success is in the advantage. Whatever. Blah 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 blah. It worked. Is the point? Okay. Alright, yeah, it's simple and easy. Be gone from my home or die. You hear it emanating in your skull very loudly.
Zevo will translate for everyone else and look kind of freaked out, like really freaked out.
You're the only one that heard it, just so you know.
Yeah, but I'm saying Zevo's going to tell them what he heard.
Gotcha. That triumph is for your next. Your next check is going to have an upgrade on it, by the way.
All right.
Okay.
Alright, so we have this message droid currently pinned, or is it... Oh, crap. Dropped something.
It's been knocked unconscious. It's past its strain threshold.
Alright, well let's... Now, since I can't look at the nice spider droid being burned to a crisp, I'm going to take a look inside this thing.
Alright. It's going to be a combo of mechanics and computers. You just roll them right after each other as you kind of a quick... For a quick study, it's going to be formidable for both.
Okay. I'm going to intense focus for both, just for the sake of argument, because these things look interesting and old. But this is the mechanics check. Alright, and then this is the computers check.
Alright, mechanics check. You're actually looking through. You're having trouble finding its power source as you're kind of combing around. You're not sure what powers it. You notice there's actually a kind of a very small piece of crystal kind of in the kind of like the what we would assume would be the power supply. And looking over it, it looks like it would actually be kind of like a almost a sentry droid. Like it's there for reconnaissance and whatnot. Basically an older version of your Cambot, as it were.
Ah.
You don't see any weapons on this particular droid type, though.
And that's what I get for both checks?
Yes.
Okay. Can I identify the crystal? Like, if it's a certain special kind?
Certainly. It's actually, you've seen these kind of things in lightsabers before. This particular one doesn't look like it'd be good enough to put into a lightsaber. It's flawed and just, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm still going to take it out, though, if I can.
Alright, certainly. You take it out, the last little bit of power that was in the thing just stops.
Ah, well, that checks off my theory.
So I'm guessing your search for traps key?
Yes, that would be a good thing to do.
Alright. You're going against the skullduggery of the person who may or may not have installed traps, if there are traps.
Of course.
So it's going to be, for this one, I'll say 3 red.
I think
Okay.
the smoldering spider corpse is enough proof that there probably are traps.
Cool. I am going to take 2 strain to decrease the difficulty once.
Alright.
So, go! Woo!
All right, yes, you find a trigger mechanism, and you almost step on it, but you don't. But you get a little stressed out, so take that as a strain.
Okay.
But now you realize that there is a. Oops, I'm on the wrong thing there. Okay. You realize that there is this.
Oh. Okay. So is it a timing thing or like a pressure plate thing then?
A pressure plate. You think there might be a failsafe, but you're not entirely sure.
Yes, that explains the blood.
Definitely gonna warn my buddies about that.
What is it?
Oh no, that was my bad motivator. Didn't do anything.
How about this? It doesn't look like it's done anything.
Why don't we just lodge the droid Hulk in there? That ought to jam it up a bit.
All right. I'll tell you now. It'll chew through it if you want to try. I don't know if you.
I mean, we could just carefully get over the pressure plate, right? Except Zevo, because, you know,
Yeah.
he can't really step.
It'd be probably a Dalton coordination check, kind of jump, duck, dodge, dip around.
What about disconnecting the plate from the trap?
Oh, you could certainly do that. It'd be once again it would be a slightly easier but still opposed check.
Oh, because the first one was just to
Vulcan
find
not
a
very
trap.
nimble.
Yeah, first one was to find the trap. You want to disarm it?
Yeah, Keith will try that.
All right. This one is going to be the same exact check, but I'm going to upgrade it this time.
So it was again 3 red to begin with?
Yes.
Okay. Take strain to decrease it again, but it's still 3 red because you upgraded. I'm gonna flip as well. And go. Dang it.
You know, whoever did this was very skilled, and it looks like he does have a failsafe. So if the plate is deactivated, it would just shoot out in random intervals. So you can still disable it, but then it would be quite a coordination check to get through.
Well, Key was kind of thinking to try to go through anyway to see if there was any... Oh, actually, can we send the camera droid out to see if there's any way to disable it beyond the point?
You certainly can. In fact, there is a small switch right here.
Oh, Key's got it. Okay, what's the roll?
Daunting coordination. Upgrade it once.
Cool.
So these things just cut out near the base of the floor, or is it more towards the middle?
There's actually a series of 3 blades. There's a kind of a floor level, a mid level, and a top tier level.
Okay.
But they're staggered, so there is a chance to kind of dodge around. Because everyone wants to play as Indiana Jones. Alright, it looks like you made it through, Key. Bam.
Oh yeah, it's no problem.
Alright, and you can also see this.
Sweet. Well, let us triumphantly hit that switch. And
Alright.
hope that it doesn't trigger something else.
Roll a dark side. I mean, roll a force. No, you're good. It turns it off. Where it is.
I'm really impressed with how well that blood splatter matches those saws, by the way.
Yeah, you know what? I got lucky when I was finding them.
Alright, you guys are good.
Thank you. There you go. Alright, yes, Key does. If you look to the right, he will see another small kind of sentry droid. This one will actually immediately take off once it realizes it's been seen and disappears going down this hallway.
Great.
And over here to the the west, you'll actually see a bunch of busted up barrels and stores. You see mold, rotten fungus over here. Alright, so where are you gonna go? Right, I'll just go ahead and reveal this.
I'm definitely gonna see where that messenger droid went.
Well, be careful about traps.
Yeah, I'm gonna right here poke my head through the corner.
Okay.
Oh, well, that looks suspicious.
Oh, it's bleeding!
To the north, you actually noticed a pair of stairs heading downward. It looks up on the map. That's because I was having trouble getting it to look like it was going down, but it's actually going. It's actually going down, not up. You find what looks to be a kind of an old abandoned kitchen.
Anything striking or writing or interesting?
Yeah, you know, just go ahead and make we'll say a hard perception to see if there's anything interesting in the room. You know, you actually find let's see, you got 5 successes, 3 reds, and you know, you actually find you oddly enough find Zivo and like an unspoiled bit of hut food, like almost it's like a freeze-dried crunch bug. And it's still somehow managed to remain all nice and tasty and fresh. For you, Artigan, you actually find what look like a more metallic kind of droid footprints, as well as it's all good then?
Yeah.
Alright. What was I? 5 successes, right? It's not showing. Yeah,
metallic footprints.
Yeah, as well, you find another kind of another little scattering of the crystal that Balkan pulled out of the droid.
I guess I'll gather that up.
Alright. Okay, well.
Do you want me to take strain for those threat from mold and disgusting, or?
No, hold on to that threat. It may or not pop up later on.
Well, we have a blood trail.
Okay.
Yes, and we saw that the droid scattered down that hallway too.
Okay, which way do you guys want to go? You have a south, east, northern path.
Do we just dive in and follow the blood now? Get it done with?
We do not. I certainly do want to stop that thing before it fully reports our position, but it might be too late for that.
Which reminds me, I forgot to do this a little bit. Yeah, everyone feels a little uneasy as you get further into the complex. Just slightly on edge. In fact, your goggles are starting to pick up a little bit of static as you've headed in and further as well. Like the shadows seem darker or deeper.
All right.
I would like to try and use sense.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I'll just roll the force die. Nothing.
No, actually, you do sense an overwhelming dark side presence. And it seems to have taken notice of you. What's your cool?
Cool? Cool is only 1 yellow, 1 green.
Alright, do you have any nobody's fool or anything?
I have 2 ranks of confidence that helps with fear checks, but nothing with...
Yeah, no, this is not going to be a fear check. Okay, yeah, it is, you feel something trying to influence your mind, and... Huh. So it's actually... it's a charm check. And it said... You just kind of slightly hear in the back of your mind... the light side is a lie. But we'll say with all the light side he rolled, even though he succeeded, you're still kind of, you still feel very leery about this voice.
Okay. Um,
In fact, I actually should have gave him a setback. I didn't mean to roll all that again. Okay, yeah. Alright, sounds good, sounds good.
so how old is the blood? Is it like fresh at all, or is it clearly dried blood?
You know what? It actually looks fresh, but go ahead and make an average perception roll, and go ahead and add a force die on there as well. Yeah, you do realize it's someone's kind of. It looks like it's almost being manipulated to look fresher than it really is. Like almost like someone's kind of. Is it a presence messing with your heads? I can't think of the proper words right now, but yeah, it is actually very old.
Okay.
There you go, confounding. That's a good one.
Alright then, I guess we'll not go that way then.
The droid's just sitting
That
down.
sounds a lot like frickin' bait.
Droid's just sitting down there, looking back at you.
Well, from the entrance, can Key take a shot?
Oh yeah, certainly. I'll say it's only a medium distance down this.
Taunting
hallway.
us.
It's just staring at you.
Any defenses?
No.
Okay. So 16 damage.
Alright, it is blown into smithereens.
And I'll recover
jeez.
strain.
And now you notice, you hear thump, thump, thump. This big droid is now trying to force its way down the hallway. It's a little bit too small to fit through, or a little bit too big to
Uh-oh.
I
fit
look
through.
at its feet.
It had a friend.
No, its feet are not dissimilar to the ones that took the poor guy, and it is trying to maneuver. It's trying to force its way through this entranceway.
Could I use my remaining 3 advantages to have the walls crumble just a bit from the droid's explosion, making it a little harder for him?
Sure, I'll give him 2 setback. How about that?
Cool.
It's going to be a daunting a 4D. Anyone want to spend any light side to make it any more difficult?
Sure, I'll do it.
Let's have everyone do it.
Just for the funsies. Okay, yeah. It rips itself through the first one, taking a little bit of strain and scuff on its paint, and it's right here now.
I say that's
Okay.
short range, I guess.
Yeah, it's just short range.
Yeah, Bog's gonna fire his ion blaster at it.
We can go ahead and roll. Like, no, don't bother rolling this. You guys maneuver. He'll basically just go last. You guys can go first. Because I don't feel like going through the whole knit process.
Okay, does he have any range defense?
He is adversary too.
Okay.
And range defense, just 1.
Ziva, why are you running?
I'm scared, and I couldn't see it.
Alright.
Alright. I hit for 11.
Okay, you do 1 point of damage.
Oh boy.
Alright, so we're gonna do the triumph.
Not entirely sure. I can crit with it, but it seems like kind of a waste. It's already at the bottom of the order, so I can't really do anything with that. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I am going to go ahead and crit with using the Triumph.
Okay.
Stun, crit, go! Ooh!
At the brink.
It is durable too.
Oh. So 74. Or so you can have at the brink, which is 94, suffer a strain for every action. It could be 84, which is winded, cannot voluntarily suffer strain to activate abilities or gain additional maneuvers. Or it could be 74, which is hamstrung, where it loses its free maneuver.
None of those are good for it, but it'll take hamstrung.
Okay.
You shorted out some of the servos there.
Yeah. I guess Nog will try to keep it back with his repulsor rifle. Uh, but, okay,
Jeez.
so
All
that'd be
these
11 strain damage, which I guess that means one gets through. He's not gonna crit. He's just gonna activate knockdown on it to try to he'll like knock the legs out from under it with the electromagnetic sort of pulse of his gun.
All right. Sounds clever.
I mean, yeah, considering he lost his free maneuver, that gives us another turn, right?
He could take an action that
He can take. He can still make an action.
but he is definitely limited.
Oh, I was thinking he was like a melee fighter.
Well, it might put him kind of at a big disadvantage, but he still has an opportunity to try something. So Zevo, he's way better at hitting things, but I don't want to be near it particularly much. You know what? Wah! Zevo's gonna run up and hit it, and I'll flip.
Excellent. All right. Don't forget the add 2.
Adversary 2, and melee defense 1.
Melee actually is 3.
Oh, awesome. It does 7 pierce 2.
Okay. That's not enough.
Yeah, I know. I was really hoping to be able to sunder it, but I'm not.
All right. It does look mad.
What about the threats?
You know what? It's gonna take. It's gonna give you a setback on your next check, and it's gonna give a boost to its next attack on you.
Cool.
This is still an ancient droid, right?
Yes, very old.
Okay. Can Erdo use valuable facts to try and figure out some sort of vulnerability it might have, like where its power supply might be or
You know,
something
it
like
sounds good.
that? Okay.
All right. You know this to actually be a torture droid. Its entire designation is to cause pain unto others. It actually doesn't even do. It does little to no wound damage, but it does strain, and it's actually vulnerable in its weapons. Like it's in its hands. Like a good hit on that could send a kind of a chain reaction to shut down the droid almost.
Okay, I will suggest Key to shoot the hands. And can I use those to advantage to pass him a boost as well as a triumph symbol?
Certainly.
Okay, that's what Erdo's doing. Oh, yeah, we'll say that's what Erdo's doing.
So where are we now?
I think you have an action and then it goes, right?
Yeah. I wasn't keeping track particularly strictly either, since we're just kind of all going, then he goes, but...
Yeah, I think he's the one that's left.
Okay, so it's adversary 2, and it's at short range right now. But it's also engaged, right?
It is engaged with Evo, and I'm going to flip a destiny.
So 2 red, 1 purple? Three red.
No, it's a short, upgraded, twice for adversary.
I'm
once
used
for
to
the destiny.
It's 2 red, 1 purple.
Sorry. I'm used to melee attacks where everything is average.
Oh, yeah.
Is that counting engaged too?
Yep. That's all up 2 reds, 1 purple.
Okay. Take strain. Aim twice and go. Whew.
Nice, and you get the
Well-
automatic triumph. All right, you know, I'm gonna say you nail it right in its right where you want it to, and you hear it. And you see it's actually the eyes start glowing really red, Zevo.
Awesome.
And here's what happens. Let's see. Yes, it does indeed explode. Hang anyone engaged with it for what is we'll just say just the base damage of a frag grenade. I think that's what.
Let me look. I got it right here. I want to say 8, but
I had my
Yep.
thing. Where is it?
According to mine, it's 12.
Frag grenade. Mine says base damage 8.
Yeah.
You're trying to look
Oh,
at the
I'm just
last
looking at my
grenades?
character sheet from Ogdude.
Weird. Well, on the GM
You
screen
sure
it
it's
says
a
8,
frag?
so...
There are a lot of grenades he has up there now.
Well, mine says frag grenade, damage 12, crit 4, blast 6, limited ammo 1.
Weird. Maybe you have something that increases... If you have a... Do you have deadly aim or something like that?
Oh,
It
it's
includes
going
that in there.
isn't it?
Yeah,
Okay.
it includes all that in the calculations on your character sheet now. So yeah, just
Cool.
8 damage Zivo. Of course, you can take the, if it doesn't get even, does it get through your soak at all?
Yeah.
All right, that's all. Just take that then. And the advantage is it actually collapses the tunnel in on itself.
Aww.
No, that's a good thing.
Can Balkan examine it?
Can Balkan examine Zivo? I could use a little healing. And not like Hawk needs a little healing. I'm at 9. It's average.
I'm gonna say apparently not to the examining the droid.
You can kind of see a little bits and pieces of it. Actually, one of the weapon arms is kind of fallen out. It's on the outside of the rubble.
Alright, I'll try taking a look at that. Maybe take it off.
In fact, I can even do this. Rubble. Oh, it's not what I wanted. Okay. Yeah, we'll just say, you can actually, you pull on it, it actually just comes off as if it's been snapped off by the weight of the, mountain falling on it. And, you want to, let's see, ancient tech. I've been having you do daunting, right? For the stuff? The mechanics checks for these
Yeah.
guys? Yeah, daunting. Alright, it's using a kind of we would call an agonizer. It does strain. It has disorient 5, and it's also concussive. It's a brawl weapon. It could be fashioned into a cybernetic for a droid, or if with enough time and resources, maybe into a glove weapon.
Interesting.
Can someone just type up the stats in the chat real quick? Just there were a lot of numbers all of a sudden.
Sorry. What are they? So it's agonizer. And okay, it's not. Agonizer isn't a real word. It's just messing me up. Okay, agonizer. Oh, ignore the voice of the past there. Should be the GM talking, not a ghost. Yeah, it's Did I actually say the base damage? I don't think I did. Well, it's a brawl weapon, so it's +3.
Is the medicine check to heal Zivo average or easy?
Average.
Alright, well, now that Balkan's attended to his own business, he'll try and help with that.
Concussive. And it only does stun damage as well.
Does it have any hard points?
I didn't think about hard points, so I'll roll a die and see what happens. We'll do. It has 3 hard points.
All right, I think Zivo would be interested in that potentially.
Yeah,
Well, we can negotiate a price later.
It'll take some working to turn into the glove weapon, but it could be done.
Yeah, that's totally.
Balkan heals 5 wounds, 5 strain from Zivo. And if he had a crit, that would heal it too, but I didn't think he had one.
I do not, but it's wildly helpful.
Alright, onward. Down the stairs or down the hall? Looks like Erdo has already made his choice.
And what is the crit on the agonizer?
I didn't even think about that. I think it's 4.
All right.
Standard brawl weapon thing. Yeah, it'll take a little time and materials to turn into a weapon an organic could use. I'll say it'd be a kind of a daunting mechanics check, and it would take about a week's worth of work. So basically, in the next session, have someone roll their mechanics against daunting, or we can do it now if.
And it won't affect until that makes sense.
Yeah. So if Jack were to do that for you, you can figure out the specifics later. Anyway, Erdogan, you see down this hallway there are 3 paths.
Looking dangerously like a swastika.
Do we want to take care of this
Okay, go
floor
on, John.
before we descend? It seems safest.
I'm up for that.
So what direction are you going? Sorry.
I think we're going south.
All right. Like I said, you find yourself, there are 3 exits. To the east, it juts off into another direction. You actually hear kind of a water dripping from over there. Down south, but again, it turns to a corner, and to the left, as you can see there, or the west if you are, you do see a skeleton hanging out, kind of poking its head around the corner.
Are there any traps over by that skeleton?
I'll check.
All right, make it a daunting check.
Oh, no upgrades?
No, not today. There are indeed no traps.
We're clear.
All right. As you go down, this is what you see.
The hell is that? Bent bars?
Yes. It looks like something at one point broke through the bars, and yeah. But that's all you can really tell. Down the further, it seems to be a cave. Sorry, a kind of a rubble. Like a wall has collapsed there.
Can we tell anything about the bars or the skeleton?
Say again?
Can we tell anything about the bars or the skeleton?
The skeleton is old, like really old.
Is it human?
Go ahead and make a. It's not human. It actually. If you want to do a quick xenobiology check, we'll say.
Xenology.
Xenology, whatever. A hard xenology check, or a hard medicine, or no, a daunting medicine. I feel like.
That's Balkan will do much better at that if he's interested in the skeleton.
That was medicine, by the way.
It's actually an old weakling's body.
I recognize the wrinkles on the bones.
There you go.
Is there any clues on the bars as to what kind of thing broke out?
There are actually. Go ahead and do a. You know what? No, don't worry about the check. You do notice there. Or one time, looked like there may have been their scales kind of trapped on some of the broken bars, but they also look to be very old.
Could
we
be
tell what the bars
Trandoshan,
in the
but
ladder?
seems utterly simple.
What'd you say, Erdo?
Can we tell what the bars are made out of?
Certainly. Do an education check at hard. You believe there to be a kind of an alloy. You can't quite tell what's in there, but you do know it's at least got some frick in it.
Interesting.
These are frickin' bars.
Exactly.
We didn't bring down any of the plasma cutters, did we?
Nope.
Wait, yeah, we did.
Oh, did Nog take one?
Yeah.
All right. You know what?
These are alloy bars. They might be pretty valuable.
All right. This will be a scavenging check. Do you have anything that affects that, Nog?
No.
All right. Well, then it'll just be a hard mechanics to kind of cut it off and without destroying the metal. But Nog should be able to handle that without a problem.
Potentially. Let's salvage some bars. Nope.
You know, it just looks like they were too damaged to actually salvage. You got some more little samples. You think maybe with a combination, if you found some more, you might be able to have at least an ingot or two of this alloy. But if you can find more, that is. Alright, you want to do anything else in this area? Actually, if you're gonna search further into the room, you can make, you'll actually notice there's some claw marks that, kind of go down past this rubble. Like this, you can see claw marks underneath the rubble, deep gouges, like almost 2 inches in. Your choice, you want to mess with it or not.
Yeah, let's go investigate. Is there like a path under the rubble?
No, there are gouges, but you can kind of see, almost so you can see something back behind the rubble, as if it's just kind of almost. No, it's just a small covering.
So can we move the rubble? Is it movable?
Yeah, you feel like you could, you get enough time, you could probably move it out of the way.
Probably leave it then. We're looking for what.
In fact, you can actually see kind of that. Oh wait, I'm on the wrong. It's on the wrong layer.
But we can't get through there.
If you got rid of the blockage, you could go in there. Yes.
How long? What's the estimate for how long it would take?
Go ahead and roll once again your education check, kind of a mining thing. But I had to move this over so I can do this. I need to make this.
Difficulty?
We'll say hard, because hard is a fun one. There we go.
How was that?
Okay. Did you pass the check? You think it might actually take almost a day's worth of effort.
Okay, then Erdo's gonna say that, maybe we can come back and investigate this later if we have time. There's something back there, but he doesn't think we can get to it in a reasonable amount of time.
Okay, now you have the path to the east and the path to the south.
Looks like we're going to the south.
Yes, to the south, you find a kind of a makeshift kind of servants' quarters, and inside you see a robotic maid whose feet look suspiciously like the ones that carried away Lorky-to-to, Vulcan.
Hooray, looking at feet wasn't a complete wave. What is the status of the maid?
She's just standing over a made bed. Not looking in their general direction or anything.
Alright. He'll say in Huddies to report prior functions.
Alright, she will actually walk up to you and kind of stand in front of you then report. Functions are cooking, cleaning, maintenance.
Report activity log.
Words. Activity log. Error. Data corrupted.
Submit yourself to maintenance.
Error. Only maintenance droid in facility is I.
You will report for maintenance to me.
Roger, roger.
Alright, let's crack this sucker open.
Alright. Alright, so I guess you want to hack into its memory core and its programming and whatnot?
Sure.
Alright, it's going to be 2 red, 2 purple. An upgrade, so it's actually 3 red, 1 purple. This is against the computer programmer that programmed her.
Alright. I'm going to intense focus, or focus intensely. You pick. Oh boy.
Alright. You hear error. Power core malfunction. But as it's doing this, you do get a readout about apparently this was towards the last kind of official activity on the droid was actually securing organic for force power source, as it then
So it collected Lorky-to-to to become this place's generator? Interesting. And then I backed the hell away.
Guys, I think finding Lorky might be more urgent than we thought.
yeah, it was old and in desperate need of maintenance. It looks like. All right, Oregon, you're actually gonna get targeted by another check here. Sorry. This one's going to be a deception.
It'll have 2 yellow, 1 green for discipline.
Okay. Would you upgrade the track? Like to upgrade the track?
Sure, I'll do.
Okay, it makes it just 3, for me. And once again, I have my notes up, but I always can't seem to find it whenever I need to find it. Cunning or deception. Okay. Alright. Oh, I almost forgot to do. No, but I'm not gonna roll the force dice. He says, Lorky, you hear Lorky-to-to has died due to your failures. And we'll say it's gonna do kind of, we'll say just 4 strain damage. As kind of a despair. As if you failed your mentor. Sound good?
Yeah. I don't think Erdo's going to say anything to anyone. I think I think he believes it, but he's still trying not to.
Alright, the last hallway, if you guys are going to investigate it. You see a broken up bust of a hut laying in a pool of water, with a slow drip coming down from the top.
Can we identify the HUD as Darth What's-Its-Face?
Through kind of, conjecture, yeah, you're pretty sure this is a bust of Darth Einstein.
Well,
Evo will take a bunch of pictures of it.
Alright, you've secured pictures. Now only leaves the downward steps.
Let's head down.
Alright, let's go.
oh look, a dead body.
Can I check for traps again?
Certainly. Similar check to you had... Oh, that's why I couldn't do Same check. The skullduggery of 2 red. We'll just do 3 red with the upgrade. Of course, you can always downgrade with your cool skullduggery thingy.
Well, I will, but then it'll be 3 red, right?
It'll be 3 red with the flip. And in fact, I think you had.
Alright, so initially it was 2 red, 1 purple, right?
Yeah, then I flipped and put up the 3 red. Then if you downgrade, it'll be back to 2 red, 1 purple.
Yeah, okay. Cool.
All right, you actually you find these traps. Oh, that's the wrong button. Select.
It would have exploded the room? Oh, look. It's a good thing this corpse didn't get hit by those traps.
Oh, it did. It was just flung backwards. No, but there you go. Yeah, you realize that there's quite a few spike traps in this particular little area.
All right. Can I try to disarm them from here?
Yes, actually, with the triumph, I'll say you actually see that you managed to disarm them as well.
Cool.
Let's identify the dead body.
Right, it's another old, busted-up droid, actually. This one looks much newer, like it would have been around the Clone Wars era.
Hmm.
It doesn't look like one of the Jedi from the Proxima Crate, does it?
No. But you don't remember seeing them with any. You don't remember seeing a droid with them, but they might have had a droid companion.
Could it be repaired?
Oh, I think I missed that it was a droid.
Oh yes, it is a droid. There we go. I can hear everything. Let's see. No, it's too far gone. It could be scavenged for parts, probably at best.
Well, if no one else wants to loot this corpse, then I will.
Right.
Roll up shoulders.
We'll just
Rolled
say-
up.
We'll just say we'll just make a hard mechanics, and each success will be kind of a general part for a droid that to be figured out specifically later. All right, and each advantage means 4 successful advantage. Yeah, you find 4 quality parts that managed to survive the pinholing it received.
Yay.
Alright, but it looks like this hall here ends in a dead end, apparently. I made that visible, right?
Yes.
Yeah. It's a little hard to tell at times. Are you sure you want to walk all the way to the dead end again?
Did Key disable the spears?
Yes, the spears are disabled.
Then Erdo would walk past the spears and then probably try and cautiously proceed forward.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Okay, it's gonna be another check to find traps. Key, I'm assuming you're gonna look for traps.
Yep.
Erdo will be looking as well, so take an unskilled assist.
Alright, so if you downgrade, it'll be the same exact check you did last time.
Cool, let me mark that strain real quick then.
You can always flip back, you know.
Ah, no.
You know, you're pretty sure there's a trap here, you're not sure how it activates or what it is.
Can I take like a bit of the droid left and throw it into the room?
Certainly.
I like take off one of the arms that the spears disabled and then just chuck it in the,
and
into
you
the room.
see this blade pop out. It's kind of glowing red hot, and it shoots forward and hits right before like the entrance to the door. Like Erdogan is barely not hit by the thing, and then it starts retracting back into the wall.
Well, that's lovely.
What height was it
I
at?
unmuted to talk. Did we see how high it was above the ground?
Yes, it would have actually probably been about your head level, Key. About mid-level for a normal human.
Oh, so can we crawl through?
Yeah.
You can indeed.
Erdo's gonna crawl over to the edge. What's there?
All right,
It's not a backup crash.
There is actually a. You do see as you're crawling along, there is a small switch here, on the kind of the bottom left of the wall.
Okay, well he'll hit the switch.
All right, and you hear, ka-chunk.
Do 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 do.
Move this over.
Goodbye, Trap.
Okay, where is the eye? There it is. All right, and this is what you see from right there.
Nope. Nope.
That is a big ass droid.
Oh, damn.
What a nice little boss arena.
Right. Anyway, like I said, you see armor sitting on a dais right here. The big old droid here, which is almost a Silhouette 3. You can't actually quite see the group of droids here or here, but they're there. And someone make an easy perception check.
Who has the highest?
You.
Alright, there you go. You do notice conspicuous scorch marks leading into the hallway from the droid. Alright,
So what you're
by the way,
saying, we
these
need
things...
either Nox or Shorebecca.
Maybe. These things are at long range to about, right here. So you guys are, kind of the crust of extreme and long from it. Well, let's go ahead and roll initiative. I hope you guys are ready.
Just to roll initiative. What do you roll?
Alright. Big guy first. Wow.
Huh.
That's disappointing. Alright. The knife in the dark. That's not too bad. And now some minions.
What'd you get?
I did really well.
Actually, you know what? This thing is going to eat 5 strain to give it a 5.6 for rapid reactions.
The first roll?
Yes.
Alright.
Boy, someone's desperate to go first.
Not me.
So, this is just a set of armor?
Yes, it looks like kind of almost ceremonial hut armor.
Hmm.
And
What's that next to it, near the back of the room? Is that a door?
No, it's just kind of a hole in the dais because I actually forgot to fill it in.
Ah.
Okay.
So, 2 of them, 1 of us, 1 of them, 4 of us, 1 of them.
Alright, well, you will notice the spider, the big droid, a hatch opens up on the front, and you see a glowing red, kind of light. It's glowing red, and it's getting brighter and brighter, and that's its turn.
Okay.
Alright, and everyone who is organic will now be the victim of a scathing tirade. So, need this coercion. Coercion is so 1-5. He'll flip. Alright, so I guess everyone takes 1 strain, since he didn't get enough advantage to do anything. And you hear a series of Hut curse words going through your head, talking about just how mean you guys are for being there.
We are pretty mean.
Yeah, he's gonna like us a lot less when we loot this place.
Alright. Well, PCs.
Well, I know at some point Key would like to aim for the open spot, but if someone else wants to go first, that's fine.
Go for it.
Okay, I will then. I mean, because the hatch is still open, right?
Oh yes, it is most certainly open.
Okay, so maneuver to aim, and then another maneuver to activate sniper shot. So this is... Does he have adversary?
Yes, he is adversary 2.
Adversary 2. Okay, so it's 2 red, 1 purple. Any defense?
Yes, he has 3 range defense.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Why? I when we give him more? Fine,
No,
he
that's
has-
fine.
he
I'm
has
just
a
at 5 setbacks right now.
Jeez. I
Yeah.
believe in you.
Oh, wow.
That is
I
wow.
hit.
Wow.
So that was I did do called shot specifically for the. Oh, actually, I do have to get rid of though a success and an advantage from my boost.
Okay.
My bad there.
All right. So what is your?
So that did 16 damage.
Okay. All right, 16. Yeah. Oh yeah. No. If you're waiting to hit, yeah, you definitely hit there.
Oh yeah, I hit. So 16 damage, no pierce or anything, and the threats cancel out with the advantages. But I do have that triumph. So could I disable whatever he was charging up at least for this turn? Kind of deal.
You know what? Yeah, you can slow it down for a turn.
Cool. Then it's done.
All right, NPC.
All right, both droids are going to start moving up, and that'll be their turn.
How far are we from them, from our spot, like here, to these guys?
They're actually out of your LOS, but they would still be like medium.
All right, and we have a ton of turns now, right? Yeah. I guess Zevo will come up here because he can only maneuver infrequently. I believe. Let me double check what my spending is. I'm gonna use Scathing Tirade as a. I'm gonna flip and use it as a maneuver for a strain.
So what were we doing?
Scathing Tirade.
All right, sounds good.
So the big guy takes 5 strain and gets a setback for 2 rounds.
Sounds good.
And then for my action, this is gonna go not anywhere. Actually, yeah, no, that's it. So, yeah. I'll take a defensive stance.
Sounds good. So who's next? We got.
All the rest of us go before they go again.
I bet Nog wishes he saved his bad motivator now.
No, he's still got stuff to do. So now he's gonna. Well, seeing that laser charge up, he's ducking into one of the little side areas here, so he's not. He's gonna drop his repulsor rifle on the ground for a second, right where he is, and he's gonna bust out something else and start working on it. We decide what I'm doing here real quick. All right. Okay, he's got it ready. So that's all I'm doing.
All right, sounds good.
Sorry, I'm right here. But I have no idea what to do with myself.
Well, now that Zivo's in there, he can see that the two sets of droids here, to the south and the north, don't even look like they're wielding any weapons. They are minion groups of 10 though.
You know what? I'm gonna
Get
have
ready for punchies.
Erdogan, may I suggest, as the GM, doing a force sense, because the presence feels really strong in this room.
Okay, I'll give it a shot. Nope, nothing.
You just feel the attention's drawn to you again. But here's the thing: you know it's coming from like the throne area. Like now you can see it. You know.
How close to the throne area could I get with 2 maneuvers?
Well, it's you guys were like the crust of extreme and long, so I guess you'd be almost to medium.
Okay, and is it just 1 maneuver to get up to where Zivo is?
Yeah, we'll say 1 maneuver to Zeeves.
Yeah, because Zivo can only take 1 maneuver, so.
Okay, yeah, I'll have Erdo move up to Zivo. Give him some backup.
Sounds good.
Oh, yeah. I guess that just leaves me.
Yes, indeed it does, sir. Haven't you picked up bad motivator yet?
Oh, I've had it for so long.
That's true.
I've used it, I think, more times than Nog. But I'm wondering... yeah, no. Big, shiny thing looks like a death ray. It probably is a death ray, so bad motivator on that thingamabob.
Alright. Okay. Alright, well, actually, as... why did it fail? You have to tell me, right?
Well, it's old and Key already shot it, so I figure those 2 factors alone would be enough to justify it sputtering.
And I was muted. Sounds fair to me. Okay, yeah, you hear kind of a chunk coming from the big robot. And then the power crystal powers off. And as that happens, you see a hatch kind of open up, and a bunch of kind of liquid pours out of it, and then it is actually disabled.
Yay!
So much for getting to do that to you guys.
Oh, good.
All right. Alright, so who's up next?
NPC.
Not yet, Brandon, not yet. Oh, actually, the other NPC moved into... I'm doing it the same turn, I forgot they weren't together. He just moved into, so he's done.
Alright, then we're at the top of the order with an NPC.
Okay, you might as well take off the bottom one, since one of them is dead. Essentially, taken out of the fight. Okay, yeah, now... You're being targeted, Zivo, with a charm check.
The charm would be 4 red.
4 red. Hey, don't hit the buttons.
And I'll flip once.
Okay, I gotta check his skill again, because I can never seem to remember it. Notes. Honey for answers. Presence 4, charm 4. Cool. Alright. So it's equal match then, right?
No, there's an extra purple for my flip.
Well, he's gonna flip back.
Okay.
He also uses force dice, though.
You just used a light side point. Never mind.
Wow.
No.
Oh, did I?
No, I got flipped back, James.
Thank you for the cover. Oh, okay. It really wants you to get in the armor, Zivo. The armor wants you in it so bad.
It's hut armor?
It is. In fact, yeah, you're gonna get to make, for its 2 triumphs, you get to make 2 maneuvers towards it. So you'll be at you just feel drawn to it. But the despair. What do you want to do with the despair, though?
Can I get since this is a force aided feeling, right?
Yes.
So maybe there can also be some, if something bad was going to happen for getting in the armor, there'd be some premonition that would kind of sneak through or something.
As you get close, you kind of feel like if you were to enter this armor, something might try to take over your mind. How about that?
Okay.
So we'll say you get closer, you get drawn into it, but you come back to your senses. As you get close to the droid, you actually notice there is an old human hanging barely out of where that hatch opened. He has kind of wires and stuff sticking in and out of him.
Pretty easy to guess who that is.
Who knows, right? But there you go.
All right, one more NPC turn.
Okay. These droids here are going to take 2 maneuvers to get into engage with Erdogan.
All right, and then we're up. Oh, boy.
All right, who's up?
Pretty.
First?
So how far away is the droid that is conked out from Balkan?
Extreme if you've never moved up.
Well, I did move up with the rest of the group when we first got to the entrance.
All right, then we'll say at you're at long.
All right, so I'm gonna take. Hold on, let me just check something. Okay, so I'm going to take 2 maneuvers. One using 2 strain to close into medium. I assume that puts me like right about here.
Yeah, that sounds good.
And would I then be in short range from the droids that just moved into engage Erdogan?
You most certainly would.
Okay, then I'm gonna open fire on them as I pass by.
Running and gunning, I like it. Take a boost for awesomeness.
All right, and this is with the ion blaster, so I assume I still have to upgrade, but it's not gonna do any. It's not gonna do a lot of damage if I miss and hit it Erdogan.
Gotcha.
All right, I hit, and that's for 13, and with the 2 advantage, I can activate Disorient.
All right. One is shorts out and actually ends up kind of tripping into and knocking down another one.
Oh no, I made them. I stooged them.
All right, an NPC again.
All right, the other group is going to become engaged with Erdogan. That would have taken them the 2 maneuvers, so they're good.
And then everybody else. So is Zevo totally free from the influence, or is it?
I'll say you just got you felt drawn closer. So I'll say you're free to do what you wish this turn.
Okay. I guess Zevo will. Is it a 1 maneuver to get over to the armor now?
Yeah, I'll say 1 maneuver to get up onto the dais. You'd still like another one to get engaged with it.
All right. Well then, I'm close enough. Can I make a perception check?
Certainly. What specifically are you looking for?
I just kind of want to get a feel for what's going on with this armor.
All right, make it daunting. Alright, it actually looks like it's plugged into the throne. And you even notice, like, on the throne, there's actually a, kind of a slight red crystal. It's glowing a bright red.
I will... Yeah, I've got my collar, and I will yell back to everyone else about that. Well, specifically, I guess, Erdo and Balkan, who kind of would be my go-to, what the heck is this thing I'm looking at, people.
It's in the throne, the crystal?
Yes, it is.
Balkan's gonna shout out, that thing is what's powering, well, I guess he wouldn't know that much. So if that's a power source, take it out. Literally, remove it from wherever it's housed.
Well, there's nothing more I can do at the moment.
That's Balkan's recommendation.
gonna let that be where it is.
All right. Thanks for the advice, Balkan.
All right, who's up next? Is it Balkan?
Balkan already went.
I thought we were at the top of the order already.
No, Balkan went
no.
first.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. You went the first one. Okay, gotcha.
Erdo, Key, and Erdo and Keeney still need to go.
I'm so bad about it.
And Nog.
And Nog Mubo.
Erdo seems pretty occupied, so it seems like his turn's pretty straightforward. I'll just have him attack the group of minions that was previously wounded. What's their defense?
They have a melee defense of 1, but otherwise they're just minions.
Yeah, I'll take a maneuver to aim too. So that's 9 damage and a crit.
Nice.
And 3 crits.
You want to attack the group with less or more?
The one
Right.
that was already
Less, with
attacked.
fewer.
Yeah, he already said he was going to attack the group I attacked.
Alright, good. Okay, so... Yeah, you're using your good old punchy gloves, right?
Yeah, mostly. Got the spear in hand, but
Yeah,
trying
gotcha.
to preserve the spear mostly.
You rear back and hit the one so hard, you hear the nice satisfying crunch of the metal as it falls backwards. And let's see, you crit it too, so then you actually 9 with a carryover from Balkan. Yeah, so and then another one gets in close and you kind of hit it with along the side of the head with the spear, and it goes down as well.
Yay,
'Cause
teamwork.
it was already damaged. Alright, good. But for that 3 threat, you now notice that you hear a shing as blades pop out of the left arm of all of the robots around you. Well, actually just the one with 6.
Great.
That was the free maneuver off of you there.
So are
Alright.
all of the droids now engaged with Erdo?
Yes, everyone is engaged with Erdo.
Okay. Do the little droids have adversary at all?
No, they're just minions.
Alright. Nog apologizes in advance as he steps around the corner. He pockets whatever he was working on earlier, seeing as the giant thing is not disabled for the moment. So he just uses his repulsor rifle to try to do something to these droids. Alright. Yes, he's going... So that's 11 strain damage.
Okay.
I don't know how knockdown works on minion groups.
It knocks down the group.
Okay, so he's going to target the group with more of them, I guess. And he's going to use knockdown,
Alright.
shooting a wave of, like, that sort of kinetic
Gravitational energy.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
one
flattening
knocks...
them.
It knocks into like the one closest to you, and it actually ends up severing itself on the blade of another one. Its head. So you've taken one out.
Alright, and then we'll finish with Key.
Cool, so Key's going to attack the group. I assume it was that one that was already attacked by Erdo and Balkan. So...
Yeah, we have a one with 6 and one with 9.
So the 6th one then, the one that wasn't just knocked down.
Gotcha.
So that's medium. Any defenses or anything?
No ranged.
Okay. Cool. So that would be 15 damage. I'm going to crit.
Yeah, you've got the red dice for him being engaged with poor Erdo again.
Oh, you're right.
Just
Let me roll that
one.
separately and see what happens.
Yeah, if it's a despair, that's the only thing
Yeah.
that matters. No, you're
Nope.
good. Ignore
So it just
then.
cancels out the advantage my gun would generate.
Nah, don't worry about it. Because even if they rolled blank, whatever, you already rolled dice, negative dice. Alright, so yeah. You're going to critical, and how much damage was that?
That was 15.
Okay. So that's... And you're going to crit how many times?
Well, only critting once would benefit me, right? Like critting more than that
I
wouldn't.
was actually about to wonder the same thing. If you crit plus anything on a minion group, does that take out more minions?
I don't know. I've always been
That's-
told it's just like the first crit.
Just the first crit? Okay. I've worked it the other way, because, if you have that one as crits, why not? Well, I guess I also have ridiculous amounts of minions going against you guys.
I mean, hey, I'm fine if you want to rule it that way. I could crit multiple times.
How about this? You can kill one and roll a critical percentage on it. How about that? because even with that, you're still only down to 4 of these guys.
So like he dies with a critical injury?
Hey, just go ahead and roll the percentage, and I'll apply it to the whole minion group. How about that?
58. You've got lethal blows, though, right?
Yeah, so it'd be 78.
78 is overpowered.
To make another attack.
Yeah, shoot again.
Oh. Okay.
Remember your upgrade this time, I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna flip
Right.
this one.
Okay.
Well,
so
it's the exact same
now.
tool. I don't think you get to. The
Ah,
same
that's
upgrades
right.
apply.
You're right. Nah.
And go. Alright, so that time it's 17 damage.
All right, another one has been dissipated into nothingness.
And I can crit again.
All right. Well, we're not gonna roll. We'll just take it as an extra dead
Yeah.
guy. How about that?
And then a floating boost.
All right. So there's 2 left of that group.
All right. Then an NPC. Then the round restarts.
Exactly. So 3 NPCs in a row.
Okay. Well, the one NPC is down. The bottom one should be gone.
Oh.
All right.
Oh, then top of the order with 2.
Top of the round.
All right. Once again, we're gonna do that check, Zevo. So 4 and 1 against 4 and 1, because I'm gonna flip. All right. Let's see. Yeah, you ready?
There's nothing else I can do now.
All right.
Ay, ay, ay.
You really want to get in that armor? Okay.
It's a lot of threat, though.
That is a lot of threat. You know what? How about this? You can, you're gonna, on your turn, you're gonna try, but it's not quite gonna fit. But you can go last.
So wait, he's saved because he's too large?
Too small, actually.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so basically we're kicking Zevo to the last initiative, PC initiative.
Yes.
That's good.
Okay.
Well, actually, he used those 3 dark side, I think, to eliminate those. You know, I had the rules yesterday, and now I've got lazy and don't have them up. But we'll just say 5 threat and count as extra successes. Yeah. Okay. All right. Who's next?
Another NPC.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. All right. These guys are going to stand up, and they're going to swing at poor Erdogan. They have 9 left, so they get the full 5 upgrades. And they have a brawn of 4, so... what's your melee defense again? Erdo, do you have what's your melee defense again?
1.
1. Okay, yeah, cool. All right. I'm gonna spend Destiny point to upgrade their check. Oh, forget the dark side points there. Yeah, so they do indeed hit you, and they're actually going to crit for 2 with their
Just
vibro.
a sec. What's the damage?
Let me pull up. It's a vibro. It's going to be a vibro swords +2 on their. So they have 4 brawn. 4 + 2 so 7. Pierce 2.
7 pierce 2? Perfect. I'm going to parry it and take no damage.
All right, very well. They are going to. They're actually, as a maneuver, they're going to start maneuvering towards Key and Nog. You take a free maneuver off of your their advantage.
Excellent. We're up. First of our
Okay. How far away is the throne from the big bot? Short?
From the big bot here,
Yeah.
it was 1 maneuver for Zevo.
Okay, so I'd say short then, because that would close. Alright, so Balkan, who's medium from the bot, is going to take 2 maneuvers, including a strained maneuver to get by this bot.
Sounds good.
And, hold on, I need to update that or else I'm going to forget. He's taking deep breaths, sweat's beating, making his fur stick together. And it's looking pretty ugly. However, he sees that Zevo is looking very weird. And so would Balkan be able to see the crystal embedded on the throne from where he is now?
No, you're too low from the dais. It's about 6 feet up off the deck where you're at.
Okay. Then he's going to shoot the throne with his ion blaster. Would you count it as doing the same kind of attack against a droid since it's a machine?
Yeah, I'll say. It's got to be a called shot though.
Okay.
You already used your 2 maneuvers to get over there.
Yeah, so I can't aim that away.
You can still take a general shot at it. I'll say if you get enough, advantage, you can hit it, maybe. And we'll see what happens.
All right. So I guess it'd just be 1 purple die for the range.
This is where it gets a little bit. Yeah, no, just say the 1 purple for the range. Yeah.
Okay. Then yep, he's going to use Stroke of Genius.
Nice.
That turns that to a 5. All right. Let's see. And I'm also going to flip because why not?
Good man.
Let's see how this turns out. Alright, well, doubt that's enough to hit the crystal, but that is 15 strain damage.
Okay, gotcha. There's a slight shuddering of the base. That's it for now.
Alright, 1 NPC.
Okay, who hasn't gone yet? Just 1 group with only 2 left, right? Okay. They are going to swing at you, Erdo, as well. And they're going to thing. Alright. So, 2 purple, they have a setback for that, a setback for your ranged defense, and they're at 3-1. Let's see how it goes for them. Okay. So that's 4, 6, 7 again.
I'll parry again.
Alright. They're going to give you a setback with their advantage. And then the 1 advantage just flies off into nothingness. Alright, who's up now?
PCs, other than Zevo.
Who's left?
Everyone, except Zevo and Balkan.
Okay. I'll have Erdo attack the last 2 droids in front of him.
Sounds good.
And they had 1 melee defense, right?
Yes, 1 melee. No ranged.
Well, that's 9 damage and 3 threat.
So, overall, I think that you take out the 1, and he's going to take a free maneuver to aim at you.
Okay.
He's basically going to get a boost die on attacking you next turn.
Yeah.
Alright, and we'll take that. Sounds good. Who's next?
How many are in the one nearest Kia Nog?
There are still 9 left standing in that one.
Oh, good.
And they're at short range to you guys now, right?
I'll attack them then.
Sounds good.
So I am aiming once. And short range. Anything else? I forget.
Nope, that's
I don't think so. Okay. Cool.
Whoa.
So 15 damage. And,
These
now that I can't just multi-crit, I'm like, what do I do with all my advantages?
You can still, crit one and then we'll
Oh, yeah, that
let it
will.
roll. Why not? We'll let you roll. See what happens.
Okay, how many other excess criticals will it take me to roll?
We'll say I've off all the advantage.
Alright, sure.
So it's an extra one down at the very
Okay,
least.
so 88.
88 compromised. They increased the difficulty of all skill checks by 1.
Alright, sounds good. They are a bit of a hive mind, so it works. Alright, yeah, so you take a shot right through 3 of them, and they just line themselves up perfectly for you as they advance on you. Just...
Sweet. Okay. I'm then going to take 2 strain to take maneuver to step back.
Alright.
You got this, Nog.
No, we're on the same page. Nog's gonna do the same thing. He's
Okay,
gonna,
good.
after Key blasts through 3 of them, he's gonna sort of... He's gonna aim a bit with his repulsor rifle and try to knock some more down. Which,
Sweet.
can I use the Triumph to... Well, no. Maybe if I could knock them down and have the Triumph. So he's just gonna use the Triumph to knock them down. And that'll be 11 strain damage. No, actually that's 10 strain damage. And he's gonna take 2 strain and do a maneuver to draw back with Key.
Alright, that takes out another one. You apply one to it again, and it just knocks them all down, because they're all so close together.
And I'll pass 1 boost.
And the one ends up once again skewered on one of its fellows as you push it backwards into it. Not the smartest of droids.
Indeed.
So Zevo's up now. Is he going to be drawn to the armor still?
You know what? How about this? We're gonna make it we'll say a discipline versus discipline check.
Okay.
No 4s. Where are his? His is gonna be 5. You're going against 5 red, basically.
Awesome. I'll upgrade once for anything.
Sounds good.
Oh, Lord. Wow, that was... Oh, no, it's not... Well, it's a little close. It's...
Could he be saved by Key?
It's...
I think he used that already.
I have 2 left.
Yeah, he has the frequency upgrades. You can use it 3 times a session.
So I've got...
3 times a session? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yep.
I know. I looked at all the other signature abilities and was pretty underwhelmed.
Can you only do that to good die or any die?
Any die.
Alright, well there's 2... So I failed by 3.
So, like, if there were double fails, we could probably change them.
Yeah, there's 2 double fails, and one of my ability die is just an advantage.
Are the double fails on challenge dice?
Yes.
Okay, then
Oh,
those can
challenge.
become blank.
Okay.
Or potentially despair.
Well, let's go with blank. Oh, it's a flip one or the other?
Well, typically I would roll, 50-50 to see which one it is. Because it's supposed to be, only adjacent sides, and doing it on here, that's the best Tommy and I could come up with.
Yeah, no, I know.
So
I just
depending on how
don't know-
Kyle rules it.
For this one, so it's so interesting. Let's do 50-50.
Okay, so if I get a 2, then it'll be a blank. Hopefully I did this right. It seems weird right now. No, hold on. It's a blank! Okay, so now you only failed by 1.
Right.
Did you roll any other double failures?
Yep.
Alright, we're just gonna try the same thing then. If it's a 2, blank. It's a blank!
So
So
now
you
I've
succeeded by
passed
1.
Do you have one more thing you can manipulate with?
Yeah, we can either get rid of more failures or try to get another triumph, maybe.
So I've got, on an ability, I've got a single success. On another ability, I've got a single advantage. And on the non-triumph proficiency, I've got a success advantage.
We could try to get that to a triumph if you want.
Okay.
Alright. I'm just gonna do again. If we get a 2, it's a triumph. If
Oh,
it's
you
not,
haven't done that time. You were like when you get a D 6 times in a row in a test, you know something's wrong. Okay, so that So we have a success and a triumph now, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't waste it. We can still change one more die.
Oh,
It's
it just means
that
that
one.
one is oriented, right?
Yeah.
I'm fine
So
with it.
essentially, if it were physical, that one would be blank. We could try to turn one of those successes into a double success on the ability.
Kyle, is more success going to be more helpful here or anything, or once?
Honestly, one success is more than enough.
Okay.
Especially the triumph.
We'll just call it good then.
Yeah.
Succeeded.
So,
You got a triumph. There you go.
and I've got a triumph. So can I use my triumph to have a stealing of my will to try to go and pop the crystal out of there or something?
Certainly. As you touch the armor, you realize this isn't what you want, and you just pull out the crystal. And you hear...
And I'll hold it up and show it to Balkan.
Damn, it was on that side? I never would have been able to hit it.
Alright. Like I said, the armor just falls down, kind of out of the way.
Hooray, we killed the Lich King.
But you definitely, if you feel angry holding that crystal, Zevo, until you touch it, you feel kind of angry. Nothing overt, but definitely some negative emotions.
Actually, if he's showing it to me, can I then identify what kind of crystal it is? Is it the same? Is it maybe like a more refined version of the ones we've been pulling out of these droids?
Yeah, I'd say that, yeah.
Okay. Darn, such an interesting specimen, and yet we should probably break it.
Actually, not to be too cheesy or too directy, but Erdogan, why don't you hold it?
Well, fuck no. It's quite obvious that has something to do with the mystical, magical stuff that we've been fucking with. Balkan's not going to let it go into his hands.
I suppose. I have ways of working around everything. Alright, but no, that's done. You still have to deal with the now deactivated droids. What are you going to do with them?
I'm going to tend to... the old guy that fell out, who's probably Lorky-to-to, sucked of his life energy.
Yes, you do recognize him as Lorky-to-to. Now you're nice and close.
I'm going to see if I can't help restore him and maybe get some of these wires off of him.
Alright. Alright, go ahead and it'll actually be a hard medicine check.
Erdo will assist. He's concerned.
For fun, before you roll, though, Jack.
Too
never
late.
mind. I was gonna roll. I was gonna upgrade it once. All right, so that's what. He
That's
actually does.
5 wounds.
He does wake up. He's like, "What? What's going on?"
Lorky?
Congrats, you've just been used as a basic battery for a bunch of evil droids.
Oh, thank you again. The last time I woke up, you were there. He looks at you, Balkan.
Yeah, we should really stop meeting like this.
We should indeed. Good to see you again, Erdogan. Oh, goodness.
Good to see you. Glad you're alright. Venturing into Sith mines alone is probably not your best course of action in the future.
Well, I didn't think anyone was going to be here. Okay. Alright, so, what else do y'all want to do before you skadoodle?
Ziva, you should put that crystal in this specimen container I have over here.
Alright, no objections.
Okay.
And Erdo, don't even look at this. Seriously, don't.
And
Can
then,
I identify anything about it by looking at it?
oh yeah, go ahead and make a hard lore check.
What did I just say? God.
All right. This is actually this is a synthesized kind of crystal. It looks like this particular one has been enhanced with a frick. If it were to be installed in, let's say, a lightsaber, you could it'd be I'll write it out so I don't forget. A base damage of 8. A crit of 1 with vicious 3. But due to the tampering, if you get 3 threat or despair, your lightsaber could just peter out for a round or two. But yeah, it is a synthesized crystal. No, that looks like it could be used in a lightsaber.
It looks like a... Okay, Erdo will mention that it's...
Oh, and while it's inhabited with that spirit, you automatically... you can actually spend a destiny point to generate either a threat or a despair before you roll. But if it touches someone of the light side, you guys will clash, and then if you succeed, it will go away. Otherwise, it will give you conflict. I had a feeling.
Okay. Well, if we've got all the time in the world, I guess Erdo would be kind of inclined to dig out the rubble behind the cell. But he might want to rest first. He's pretty tired.
Yeah, you guys can totally make a quick recovery, catch your breath. Alright. And with Zeebo in mind... Alright, there's a slight rocking of the mountain, by the way. You guys, it feels kind of like a Lowa quake. Or earthquake if you're from Earth.
A tremor?
Yes, a tremor.
That's a sign that we do not have that much time to dick around.
It could certainly mean that.
I wonder why.
Do we know where the power supplies are on the little droids? Could we get more of their little crystals, or do we not have time for that?
Certainly. You know, if you make... We'll make a daunting mechanics check, whoever's the best at it real quick. And then we'll see what you can recover.
What's the encumbrance of the hut armor?
It would be what's the one in the Lord of the Huddle book? It's basically
Shell
that
armor.
just old.
Yeah, I don't know what the encumbrance is.
I don't have
the encumbrance on shell armor is... You
don't
probably
have it.
won't find it before me.
Zeebo would like to take it, is what I'm trying to get at.
No, gotcha. I'll say it's you
Oh,
carry it
it's
out.
encumbrance 6.
Okay, so he's a little awkward at the moment, but he can take it. Oh no, he's good. He used his death.
It allows you to hover 5 meters above the ground. Holy crap.
Yeah.
And ignore the effects of awkward and ponderous. Are you sure you want to give this to him?
Well, it doesn't have the cool repulsor lift. That's the only thing.
I'll have to leave in a minute or two, so I just want to make sure things...
Alright, gotcha. Yeah, well, anyway, that is the shell armor, only you don't have the cool repulsor lift.
Okay.
But it's made to fit a hut. And it may cause trouble later, but there are Sith markings on it. I don't think Zeebo actually would have noticed. But we can deal with that, you know, in the play-by-post. If you have to leave in a few minutes. Or actually, let's go down into cool down, or wind down here.
Guys, this may be a bad time to bring it up, but I have an armor block of beradium in my bag.
All right, yeah. For 3, you managed to get 3 high quality bits of crystal. They're still kind of flawed. Like you don't think you could use them for too much, but definitely they're a good source.
Alright, so I guess we can just leave that beranium here then, because not bringing that onto the ship.
You can always disarm it.
At least not the version you weaponized.
That would have been awesome in here, because that would have destroyed this entire temple.
In fact, yes, let's do that. Let's leave it behind as we leave and have it blow up the mountain.
Sounds like a plan.
That leaves us with
Alright.
2 charges that haven't been activated.
Well, okay, well, let's do the wind down since James has to leave. Let's 15 base experience for successful completion. Any thoughts on pluses? I think Zevo's last-ditch resistance will get a +1. Yes, you can collect a little bit of frick.
I liked all of Nog's repulsor gun shenanigans.
Yeah.
The tossing the spear and the pulling the...
I think that's
gun.
definitely worth a +1 or 2 right there.
If you guys hadn't run in, he would have thrown the beradium with it at the droid thing.
You would have used it as an improvised grenade launcher?
I
Ooh.
think that would have been too big.
That'd be like a nuke gun.
I think we really kind of dug into what was going on. I feel like we didn't really leave stones unturned.
You guys were definitely very into finding out what was going on. Not the other team tried, but they did not have the big brain, basically.
And his helper, the archaeologist.
Exactly. The big brains on campus. Yeah, it was. They didn't find out too much, but they actually, yeah, it's not too bad. So, let's see, we're at what? 4?
I got 17. 18, actually. I didn't know if you wanted to count what Nog was doing as 1 or 2.
I'll give him 2. It's
Right.
kind of the overall Nog repulsor lift thing.
Right, 19.
19. Any other last thoughts?
Oh, that's
to get
19? I
rounded
missed
out?
one then.
We handled the
Oh,
big
and
bad
what
bot.
we learned.
Actually, I'll give you another +1 for actually getting the reports from the mineral analyzer freaking little miniature office. Which, if anyone wanted to carry off, was actually worth a lot of money. It would have just been a pain in the ass to get out. Yeah, the spear bit was interesting. There is no credit payout, obviously. Hey, shh. But you
Sure,
got
hawk
your
like that.
no,
What rebel cell did you turn in this time to get a payout?
For
none. Him and Nenpei wrote up a contract that Lowa-to-to has to pay him back.
Ah.
And Lorky being this guy he signed it. He will eventually try and pay him back.
I was hoping to use some of the
Yeah, no one asked about the spear.
that Zivo collected, and especially since you said it or it looked similar to his clan, to help work down a little bit of his obligation.
I thought that was cool. Actually, I forgot to mention that for experience points, but I think that was pretty cool.
Yeah, but it gets up there.
Yeah, I was hoping to work down the disgraced a little bit.
Certainly. You know what? We'll say you got a good thing. Roll a 1d6 plus 2. Actually, no, a 1d4 plus 2, sorry.
Yeah, that sounds a little bit more.
All right, there you go. 6. Not bad.
That's great.
In fact, that's the
and
best roll you could have gotten.
I went ahead and did the daunting check for the mechanics for the agonizer.
All right, yeah, it is perfectly ready. And actually, you know what? With that triumph, I'll say you constructed this so it actually gained an extra hard point.
Nice. I don't even know if there's that many hard points for brawling or how many plugins for brawling weapons. We'll have to take a look at the book.
I don't think there's that many, but hey.
We'll figure it out.
Maybe one day.
Bladed head.
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
Well, now we need to negotiate you getting this from Balkan. He accepts cash.
Can we do that in a midweek something? I'm going to be around for the next couple of midweek things, but I have to run now.
Maybe do it on the play-by-post?
Yeah, that works too. If you just want to send me a message, if we can do it that way, or do it on one of the ship posts or something.
Yeah, we could just do it on board the Sunflare thing, since that thing's gotten so much love.
Sounds good. All right,
It's
guys.
more of a coincidence. We haven't had any major thing. All right, see you later, man.
That was awesome. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. I try to have as much fun as possible. I'm actually going to cut the recording here as well, so bye, YouTubers. Thanks for watching. Shout out to the Broker, 26, Honey Branch to the Simple Truth, 26. Or
And I'll try to have a midweek game. I don't know if it'll be Wednesday or